University Technology Mara, or UiTM, has been the place for acquiring knowledge and developing capabilities. From a training center to now a vast network of universities, UiTM has campuses and faculties all over Malaysia. UiTM allows for the pursuing of goals and earning a degree in any field of choice, with a mission to enhance the knowledge and expertise of Bumiputras in all fields of study, through professional programs, research work and community service, while upholding moral values and professional ethics. Nestled amidst the greenery and some of the most scenic areas in the country, each university campus is strategically located in places where their presence inevitably provides an economic boost to the local community. The Vice-Chancellor is the Chief Executive Officer, heading the academic and administrative management of the university. UiTM pledges to provide maximum opportunities to pursue professionally recognized programs of study in science, technology, industry, business, arts and humanities. University Technology Mara offers quality education at all levels of study, from foundation to postgraduate. The university has always been at the forefront in science and technology, as well as in management. It is a place where talent, skills, and excellence are nurtured. UiTM has a mission to empower the indigenous people through the provision of higher education in accordance with Article 153 of the Malaysian Federal Constitution and Act 173, University Technology Mara Act 1976. Duli Yang Maha Mulia, Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong is the Chancellor of UiTM by virtue of his status as the King, as provided for by the law. To complete the teaching and learning activities at UiTM, the university has made available modern and contemporary facilities such as the UiTM Stadium, the house of UiTM FC. With a capacity of 6,000, the stadium is the heart of soccer and it has played host to an international match in 2009. UiTM also has an Olympic-sized swimming pool for the use of students and staff. The pool is also open to public on certain days. Built in 1972, Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak, or the Pita Library, has grown by leaps and bounds, housing thousands of international titles for all programs of study. Students' participation in extracurricular activities is highly encouraged and supported by the university. These activities would not only equip students with soft skills, but also train them to be balanced and holistic individuals to meet global requirements. As the largest public university in Malaysia, University Technology Mara has produced thousands of alumni who are successful individuals in their disciplines. University Technology Mara, Usaha Takwa Mulia.
Lahir dengan semangat mengisi kemerdekaan, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta sejak awal berkomitmen memajukan bangsa melalui pendidikan. UPN Veteran Jakarta mengukuhkan diri sebagai kampus bela negara yang merupakan identitas tak terpisahkan sejak kampus ini berdiri tahun 1958 hingga mencapai status universitas negeri pada tahun 2014. Sejak itu, transformasi terus bergulir.
UPN Veteran Jakarta sebagai PTN adalah merupakan akhir dari proses panjang tentang kejelasan status. Dengan menjadi PTN, maka ada kepastian tentang status tersebut. Dan selanjutnya, yang terpenting saat ini adalah bagaimana UPN Veteran Jakarta mampu untuk sejajar dengan PTN-PTN lainnya. Dan tentu saja yang terutama adalah bagaimana UPN Veteran Jakarta dapat memberikan kontribusi dan pencapaian program pemerintah, khususnya di dalam pendidikan tinggi. Dalam hal ini adalah program dari Kemenristek.
Bela negara menjadi rujukan dalam penyusunan kurikulum demi mewujudkan visi UPN Veteran Jakarta, yaitu menuju perguruan tinggi berbadan hukum, inovatif, berdaya saing yang beridentitas bela negara tahun 2025.
Dalam rangka mentransformasi UPN Veteran Jakarta menjadi PTN yang unggul dan berdaya saing di tingkat nasional, kerjasama menjadi faktor yang sangat penting bagi kita. Kita selama 4 tahun terakhir itu selalu masuk dalam posisi 10 besar. Jadi kualitas mahasiswa yang masuk di UPN ini, mahasiswa yang cerdas dan sangat cerdas. Jadi secara keseluruhan, upaya peningkatan kualitas pembelajaran kita lakukan secara sistematik, mulai dari kultur akademik, kemudian desain kurikulumnya, sampai peningkatan kualitas SDM kita, hingga sarana prasarana pembelajaran.
Didukung dosen dan tenaga kependidikan yang handal, UPN Veteran Jakarta siap menjadikan setiap lulusannya mumpuni dalam 7 fakultas yang tersedia. Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Ilmu Politik, Fakultas Hukum, Fakultas Ilmu Komputer, Fakultas Kedokteran, Fakultas Teknik, Fakultas Ilmu Kesehatan, serta Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis. Sementara untuk menunjang kegiatan akademik, UPN Veteran Jakarta menyediakan pusat bahasa atau Labimkar, LBH atau hukum, sarana ibadah, poliklinik, laboratorium teknik, laboratorium kedokteran, laboratorium stem cell, laboratorium penunjang lainnya, perpustakaan, sarana olahraga, dan keamanan.
Di dalam mendukung daya saing para mahasiswa di dalam menempuh proses belajar mengajar di UPN Veteran Jakarta, UPN Veteran Jakarta telah memiliki beberapa sarana prasarana yang dapat digunakan sebagai salah satu peningkatan daya saing. Antara lain adalah perpustakaan yang sudah online, ya, berbasis dengan digital 4.0, di mana para mahasiswa saat ini bisa memperoleh referensi melalui online, jurnal-jurnal melalui online. Demikian juga sarana prasarana pendukung, kita memiliki mesh classroom. Di sini digunakan mesh classroom ini adalah suatu kelas yang dapat dilaksanakan kuliah secara bersamaan dengan teknologi yang canggih, di mana para mahasiswa dapat mengikuti dan para mahasiswa secara langsung dapat berinteraksi dari tenaga pengajarnya yang ada di satu tempat. Ya, sarana ini ada di kampus Pondok Labu maupun di kampus Limo.
Berbagai kerjasama dengan lintas pihak terus dilakukan untuk meningkatkan kualitas pendidikan dan meningkatkan lulusan pada kerja nyata. Sementara untuk meningkatkan kapasitas non-akademik, mahasiswa difasilitasi 25 unit kegiatan mahasiswa yang dapat dipilih sesuai minat.
Program-program yang kita terapkan di UPN Veteran Jakarta kepada mahasiswa pada dasarnya adalah peningkatan kualitas kegiatan kemahasiswaan yang nantinya akan meningkatkan rasa cinta kepada tanah air, rela berkorban demi nusa dan bangsa, dan juga berjiwa bela negara. Peningkatan rasa cinta tanah air itu diwujudkan dalam kegiatan kemahasiswaan yang sungguh-sungguh, kemudian mencapai prestasi yang tinggi baik di tingkat nasional dan juga internasional.
Berbagai kelengkapan sarana hingga prasarana tersebut telah menjadikan UPN Veteran Jakarta sebagai kampus rujukan generasi cinta negara. Tingkat kepercayaan di kalangan calon mahasiswa terus tumbuh. Animo pelajar untuk berkuliah di UPN Veteran Jakarta terus meningkat. Hal ini dapat dilihat dari masuknya 2 program studi UPN Veteran Jakarta dalam 10 prodi sosial dan humaniora dengan peminat terbanyak di Indonesia. Program studi ilmu komunikasi menempati urutan kedua dengan peminat sebanyak 2.981 calon-calon mahasiswa. Sementara program studi manajemen berada di urutan ketujuh dengan peminat 2.532 calon mahasiswa. Selain itu, nilai rata-rata calon mahasiswa yang masuk ke UPN Veteran Jakarta untuk program studi sains dan teknologi berada di urutan ke-10 dari perguruan tinggi di seluruh Indonesia. Berbagai prestasi tersebut telah menjadikan kampus UPN Veteran Jakarta sebagai salah satu kampus unggulan di Indonesia. Dalam 3 tahun terakhir, peringkat kampus secara nasional terus meningkat. Kemenristek mencatat di tahun 2018, UPN Veteran Jakarta berada di peringkat 143, meningkat 290 angka dari tahun 2017. Pada tahun 2019, UPN Veteran Jakarta masuk 100 kampus unggulan nasional atau berada di peringkat ke-77. Transformasi UPN Veteran Jakarta yang telah menjadi universitas negeri adalah tonggak awal menuju era baru, mewujudkan universitas terkemuka di Indonesia.
Selamat berkarya, maju bersama, meraih prestasi.
Salam bela negara.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Associate Professor, Technologist Dr. Ghazali Osman, Deputy Rector Academics Affairs, University Technology Mara Kelantan Branch, who is one of our speaker for today. Puan Nur Shaliza Sapiai, Head of Academic Center, Faculty of Information Management, Faculty of Administration Science and Policy Studies, and also Faculty of Law. And today also representing Rector of University Technology Mara Kelantan Branch. Dr. Ermatita, Dean of Faculty of Computer Science, UPNVJ Jakarta, Indonesia. Madam Kraugustiliana, Vice Deans of Academic, UPNVJ, Indonesia. Mr. Rudy Ho Purabaya, Vice Deans of General Affairs and Finance, UPNVJ, Indonesia. Madam Arli Krisnanik, Vice Dean of Students Affairs and Cooperation, UPNVJ, Indonesia. Dr. Erlisa Abdul Aziz, our speaker from UiTM Kelantan Branch. Dr. Cahyanto, Madam Ika Nurlaili Isnania, also from UPNVJ Indonesia, and all our speakers from UPNVJ, lecturers, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to International Sharing Session between Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta, Indonesia and University Technology Mara, Cawangan, Kelantan, Malaysia. We are now streaming live on YouTube from UPNVJ channels with me, Mr. Mirza Farouk bin Amir Razali, as your host for today. Alhamdulillah, despite the challenges and difficulties with the ongoing COVID-19, we are still able to hold this program. I hope this program will run smoothly and give a positive impact to both the universities and the country, insyaAllah. Profesor-profesor, doktor, pensyarah-pensyarah, dosen-dosen, pelajar-pelajar dan para hadirin sekalian. Bagi memberkati majlis kita pada pagi ini, marilah kita sama-sama mengaminkan bacaan Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah. Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Ladies and gentlemen, to formally start, we will join all together for the singings of the National Anthem of Malaysia, followed by National Anthem of Indonesia.
bersatu, kita warga UiTM, kita bangsa perkasa, taat dan setiaku untuk negara, penuh semangat wajar. Kita jangan mudah terlupa pengorbanan perjuangan anak bangsa. Kita jangan mudah terleka kemajuan keamanan yang ada. Kita berterima kasih pada pemimpin-pemimpin negara. Kita rasa penuh bersyukur kerahmatan kemuliaan darinya. Kamilah penyambung pewaris bangsa, kamilah pejalan bangsa Malaysia, kamilah warga berwawasan untuk negaraku. Bangunlah seluruh bangsa Indonesia, hadapi tantangan dan cobaan. Raihlah cita-cita yang mulia, Indonesia mampukan sang besar. Walau berbagai suku dan agama, ragam budaya serta golongan, satu bangsa semua bentuk satu. Jaya Indonesia ku tercinta, persatuan dan kesatuan negara Republik Indonesia. Undang-undang dasar 45, Pancasila dasar negara. Seluruh rakyat wajib bela negara, sama-sama hari esok bangku sejahtera.
your mic, Mr. Farouk.
Sorry. Alhamdulillah. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now hear the welcoming speech from Yang Berbahagia, Madam Kraugustiliana, Vice Deans of Academic UPNVJ Indonesia. Please welcome.
Oke, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Selamat pagi, good morning.
From Yang Berbahagia, Madam Kraugustiliana, Vice Deans of Academic UPNVJ Indonesia. Please welcome.
Oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi semuanya. Salam sejahtera untuk kita. Om Swastiastu, Nama Budaya, salam kebajikan, dan salam bela negara. Puji dan syukur kami panjatkan kehadirat Tuhan Yang Maha Esa karena atas limpah dan rahmat dan lindungannya, pada hari ini kita dapat menyelenggarakan kegiatan webinar International Sharing Session between Fakultas Ilmu Komputer UPN Veteran Jakarta dengan Fakultas Ilmu Komputer UiTM Kelantan, Malaysia. Kegiatan ini merupakan bagian dari tindak lanjut kerjasama antara dua universiti, UPN Veteran Jakarta dan UiTM Malaysia. Dengan para peserta merupakan Bapak Ibu dosen, the lecturer dari FIK UPN Veteran Jakarta maupun dari UiTM Malaysia. Terima kasih kami ucapkan terlebih dahulu kepada nanti pembicara dari Malaysia yang telah berkenan akan menyampaikan materi, Associate Professor Teknologi Dr. Ghazali dengan topik nanti Artificial Intelligence, dan Madam Dr. Ibu Dr. Elisa dengan topik Internet of Things. Kemudian kami juga pembicara dari Indonesia, dari UPN Veteran Jakarta, dengan digital marketing topiknya Bapak Dr. Cahyanto, Eskom MM, dan Ibu Ika Nurleli Isnainia, Eskom MSC, dengan topik User Experience atau UX. Kami mengucapkan terima kasih atas berkenannya kepada para pembicara yang sudah meluangkan waktu untuk kegiatan pada hari ini. Adapun tujuan dari kegiatan kita untuk meningkatkan wawasan, ilmu pengetahuan kedua belah pihak, baik dosen maupun mahasiswa terkait dengan perkembangan TIK atau teknologi informasi komunikasi di sini. Juga kita akan mempererat tali persaudaraan antara Indonesia dan Malaysia melalui joint webinar, melalui pendidikan dan pertukaran budaya dalam hal ini. Kolaborasi dalam bidang tridharma pendidikan juga bisa kami tindak lanjuti melalui kerjasama yang akan dibina tidak hanya untuk saat ini tetapi untuk di masa yang akan datang. Mungkin kita akan implementasinya kerjasamanya tidak hanya webinar tapi juga kolaborasi tridharma pendidikan dan implementasi yang lainnya terkait dengan kerjasama FIK dan Fakultas Komputer UiTM Kelantan, Malaysia. Jadi rekan-rekan mahasiswa di sini, Bapak Ibu dosen yang telah hadir, baik dari Indonesia maupun Malaysia, harapannya di sini webinar ini menjadi langkah awal kita untuk membentuk kerjasama kedua belah pihak. Kemudian kita akan bisa bekerja sama lagi juga untuk pertukaran mahasiswa di sini ataupun pertukaran dosen, baik student exchange maupun lecture exchange, kolaborasi riset dan kegiatan tidak hanya sampai di sini, tapi kita bisa berkelanjutan. Harapannya rekan-rekan mahasiswa yang hadir, Bapak Ibu dosen, kita akan mendapatkan penambahan pengetahuan gitu ya, knowledge terkait dengan 4 poin artificial UI UX tadi digital marketing, kemudian terkait dengan Internet of Things yang ini memang tren lagi hits ya di dalam perkembangan IT saat ini. Mungkin tidak berpanjang lebar untuk sambutan dari kami, harapannya semua bisa berjalan dengan baik. Sekali lagi kami terima kasih untuk semua pembicara yang telah hadir, semua panitia yang terlibat di dalam kegiatan ini, sehingga kegiatan ini bisa berlangsung. Demikian webinar ini kami buka dan semoga ini menjadi langkah awal baik untuk kita semua, untuk para baik untuk manajemen dalam berkolaborasi, meningkatkan di dalam kerjasama, meningkatkan pengetahuan di bidang teknologi dan komunikasi. Sekali lagi, selamat menikmati mengikuti acara kegiatan webinar hari ini. Wabillahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Amin. Semoga semua yang diharapkan akan dicapai, insya-Allah. Thank you very much, Madam. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now let us proceed for officiating speech. Please welcome Puan Nur Shaliza Sapiai, Head of Academic Center, Faculty of Information Management, Faculty of Administration Science and Policy Studies, and also Faculty of Law, UiTM Kelantan. Please welcome.
Terima kasih Mr. Mirza Farouk Amir Azli. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam UiTM di hati kita semua dan salam daripada UPNVJ. The Honorable Associate Professor TS Dr. Ghazali Osman, Deputy Director of Academic Affairs UiTM Kelantan, which is one of our speakers for today. Dr. Emma Tita, Dean of Faculty of Computer Science, UPNVJ Indonesia. Madam Kraugustiliana, Vice Dean of Academic, UPNVJ. Mr. Rudy Ho Purabaya, Vice Dean of General Affairs and Finance, UPNVJ. Madam Erli Krisnanik, Vice Dean of Student Affairs and Cooperation, UPNVJ. Dr. Nur Elisa Abdul Aziz, our speakers from UiTM Kelantan branch. Dr. Cahjayanto and Madam Ika Nolaili Isnainia, our speakers from UPNVJ. Rakan-rakan pensyarah, dosen-dosen, mahasiswa-mahasiswa, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Terlebih dahulu saya izinkan saya untuk berkongsi dalam dual language. Okay. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, bersyukur saya kepada Allah SWT kerana dengan limpah kurnia daripadanya, dapat kita semua berkumpul di pagi ini bagi menjayakan program International Sharing Session UPNVJ Indonesia dan UiTM, Universitas Teknologi Mara, Cawangan, Kelantan. And it is an honor to be officiating this International Sharing Session representing UiTM as one proud education entity in our beloved nation Malaysia. Okay. Saya merakamkan jutaan terima kasih kepada rakan-rakan Fakulti Pengurusan Maklumat dan juga rakan-rakan daripada UPNVJ di atas kesudian, di atas kesungguhan untuk menjayakan program yang akan dijalankan pada hari ini. Perkongsian daripada rakan-rakan dosen kita daripada UPNVJ dan juga rakan pensyarah daripada Fakulti Pengurusan Maklumat. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ICT as an enabling technology is transforming and building our societies to become more resilient and sustainable. ICT have the extraordinary potential to improve social and economic development as well as environmental protection. And technology are progressing at unprecedented rapidness and is becoming a crucial agenda for the nation, especially in this advanced yet challenging era. And these technologies are also a key driver in the digital transformation and are essential for the revolution to be fully realized. Digital technologies are improving productivity and competitiveness in our nation so that we can level the playing field with other developed nations, insyaAllah. On the above scenario, this international sharing session is organized and it is hoped to be evocative platform for us to enhance our knowledge and skills regarding the latest issues and topic in ICT. Sebagaimana yang diharapkan oleh Dr. Agus tadi untuk welcoming speech kita. Saya juga mengharapkan program sebegini akan terus dijalankan untuk kita berkongsi sharing knowledge, sharing information among our staff, among our dosen and among our mahasiswa. Dan sekali lagi tahniah, congratulations again to UiTMCK and UPNVJ for this initiative. On top of that, saya dengan lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim merasmikan the international sharing session between Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta UPNVJ Indonesia dan Universitas Teknologi Mara Kelantan dan UiTMCK. Wabillahi taufik wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Thank you very much to Puan Nur Shaliza Sapiai for the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have 4 presentations throughout our program today, and all the presenters are very expert in their own field. Without further ado, I am pleased to invite Technologist Muhammad Zafian Muhammad Nawawi, Senior Lecturers of UiTM Kelantan, to continue our international partnership program today. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qala bisrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Good morning to all of you. From UiTM Cawangan, Kelantan, Malaysia, and also to members from the Faculty of Computer Science from UPNVJ Indonesia. So welcome to the international sharing session between Universitas between Faculty of Computer Science, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta or UPNVJ, and also Faculty of Information Management, UiTM Cawangan, Kelantan, Malaysia. So there are four honorable speakers today that will share with you guys about the knowledge in IT field. So without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker, which is Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Ghazali Osman. He is currently the Deputy Rector of Academic Affairs at Universitas Teknologi Mara Cawangan, Kelantan. And his qualification is in Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science, PhD from the University Malaysia Terengganu in 2012. He also certified membership for Malaysian Institute of Taxation. Beliau juga merupakan technologist professional di dalam bidang Information and Computing Technology dan juga memiliki ijazah dalam ijazah sarjana muda kepujian daripada bidang genetik daripada Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. His current research is on a fast immune convert model for face recognition system in real time detection. from 2019 until 2023. It is a fund from the FRGS, which is a Fundamental Research Grant Scheme, and the project grant approximately about 102,800 ringgit Malaysia. Okay, and he also have the ongoing student for PhD under Norazmila binti Yusof under the topic of pembangunan modul tabik urus maklumat wakaf bersepadu, and also he has a international candidate from the China, which is creating the topic on the railway track anomaly detection. Okay. Assalamualaikum, Doctor. Okay, how are you today?
So fine,
Okay, so without further ado, saya mempersilakan Associate Professor Teknologis Dr. Ghazali Osman untuk membentangkan kertas kerja yang berkaitan dengan artificial intelligence. Over to you, Doctor.
So thank you, technologist Muhammad Zafian, our best friend in UiTM, very active lecturer. The Honorable, in why I'm trying to share my screen on PowerPoint. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to all. Honorable Puan Nur Syahriza Sapiai, Head of Academic Center, Faculty of Information Management, including on Faculty of Administrative Science and Policy Study, and also in charge on Faculty of Law. Dr. Amatita, Dean of Faculty of Computer Science, UPNVJ, Veteran Jakarta, Indonesia. Madam Karugusti Lina, Vice Dean of the Academic UPNVJ. Mr. Rudy Ho Purabaya, Vice Dean of General Affairs and Finance, UPNVJ. Madam Ellie Krasnani, Vice Dean of Student Affairs and Cooperations, UPNVJ. And our speakers, Dr. Noh Elisa Abdul Aziz, speaker from UiTM Kelantan branch, and also Dr. Chah Jackson and Madam Ika Nolali Inaniyah ESCOMS, our speaker from UPNVJ, our lecturer, docent, student, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen from 2 countries. So there, I can see that they are not from the UiTM Kelantan branch. They also involved another candidate, or we call participant from another branch. So again, Alhamdulillah, dengan rahmatnya, kita semua dapat bersama-sama dalam share session of informations. So I'm going to discuss a little bit about the artificial intelligence overview because we're limited on the times. So just a little bit on to understand what actually the artificial intelligence. For the computer science student, maybe they all know this one, but for the another not the computer science, maybe they are blur for the certain related to the technologies that we are facing around us now. So we actually frame with the information technology, all the gadget we have appended with the technology. So on my sharing today is about the introduction, history of artificial intelligence, what is the artificial intelligence, the stage of artificial intelligence we are facing now, type of artificial intelligence, and domain involved in the artificial intelligence. And maybe we have time, so I'm going to show you the example of the artificial intelligence system that are developed for my students. Okay, before we go to the artificial intelligence, so the issue is, the last time ago, I think the 70 years ago, we are talking about why we need the computer. because we are more intelligent compared to computer. We are can actually we can solve the problem, so we don't need a computer. But at the end, actually we need the computer. Why? Because if the problems that we are facing, the only ones, so we can solve the problem. After that, the problem is not come in go. So that's why we need the computer to solve the repeating problem, to have some life on the repeating issue. Yeah? So that's why more our expert try to think research about long ago to thinking how we can be produce the machine that one enough intelligent what we have. Okay, so we compare with our branch and our computer. So we can see that it's very complicated that we have the biology structure we have compared to computer. So the brain is this mind where we had hopefully we have the brain is to form of the computer. Then we are talking to hopefully that we can produce that computer that as good as a people behavior. They think as like a computer, they think as like human, we act as a human. That's why the artificial come in. So we can create computer intelligence through the programming as people become intelligent by learning. For the last time, we are do this normal programming style. So each statement and whatever there's something that's a limited to the certain problem that we can solve. Now we are do a different type of the programming style. So they come in the another domain. That's one I'm going to discuss after this. So this problem is everything we are given instruction to the computer do it without asking. They don't know what actually we are going to we ask to them do. Just do it and they got the answer right. I said, but our brains we do the solution, but we understand what the problem is. That's why there's a challenge to develop the artificial intelligence. They do the to solve the problem, the solution to solve the problems, but they understand what actually they are doing. Okay, computer task and the normal. We starting for actually we are doing to the computer is almost than 70 years ago. So first we are talking about the computer where they will do a normal processing, do our job to serve. So then after the problem is become more complicated, so we need the computer to do our job as level as the complicated level on that time. That why the intelligence come in. So that means the computer can help her to give a decision what should be we do. The example we have a phone, handphone. So we have phone, they have provide with your camera. There's a camera focus, autofocus actually a banded system on artificial intelligence in there. That's why the starting point where the computer develop not the normal program. We are talking the computer to develop the product, the outcome from the computer, the machine. Actually, we are also taking machine learning. That's one we call artificial intelligence. Okay. So back to the little bit of the history. So we starting actually a great methodology, the stellar equipment where the giant automation that made on that time to prevent from the pirate and the foreign invaders. And after the 1950, there are Alan Turing produced the Turing test. That one they used to test whether there's machine that produced on that time ability to habit intelligent behavior or not. And so on. After a year, we have a lot of the machine that become more intelligent until now we have a robot Sophia. That's one of the famous robot in the world. So that's another issue. Also on 97, there are IBM Deep Blue is produced. That's why the chess system that can beat the Gary Kasparov on the chess, and that's another thing. So okay, So what actually the artificial intelligence? So after the discussion, more discussion, there are a lot of the scholar give a review based on the artificial intelligence, a different perspective. But from my view, try to find here is a differentiate between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So that's something the three item that's currently discussed by the scholar. Okay, so most of the people thinking that AI is machine learning, and which are the same of deep learning. No, actually no. We can see that actually artificial intelligence getting machine to mimic the behavior of humans. So we are trying to develop the artificial intelligence machine that can behavior looks like people do. That's what that's something. And that another subset to the machine artificial intelligence is that what we call machine learning. That machine not only to can mimic the behavior of the human, but they also can learn based on the data given to the that machine. That's what we call that is a subset to the artificial intelligence. And when they are to learning, they need to processing the lot of data. That's why we're talking about big data, the huge of data. So they come in the another subset. This one we call deep learning. So the deep learning is the subset of the machine learning that use neural network to solve the problem. So that means when we're talking about the deep learning, actually we are talking about the multi-layer or hidden layer in the neural network. Okay, so come to the 1950, 51, something like that. That's the starting point of the artificial intelligence. So Matt John Cathy define the artificial intelligence is the science and engineering combined to design intelligent machine. So on that time, there's a few scope that they are considered to abandon the artificial intelligence on decision making. We need the machine or the computer to do the decision for us, and we need that machine also to solve the complex problems. And we need that also machine that result is from that machine to increase the accuracy. And we also need the machine that perform high level competition. So that's issue. We come to now, we are talking about the thought and behavior on the system, where the system that think like a human and the system that acts like human. Thinking a human and acts of a human. System that think rationally and they act the system also rationally. So that's why the challenge now. Then maybe we on the middle stage of to develop the system. That system. Okay, the state of the system. So artificial intelligence can divide by a few stage. One is we call artificial narrow intelligence, and also with artificial intelligence. So this artificial intelligence machine, they are do the specific task of problems. Looks like what? We can say that we are going to, you have a car, autopilot car. So there's a specific intelligence. That's specific. And we also, there's another scope we call artificial general intelligence. That's we call strong artificial intelligence. In that stage, in the evolutions of AI, where the machine will possess the ability to think and make decisions just a human like can do. So the machine that possibility is perform any intellectual task that human being can do. That's what artificial general intelligence. Then we have another level or stage of artificial intelligence that we call artificial super intelligence. So this one we cannot see in the around us, but we can see the science fiction or movie. So that's a machine can overtake our capability the computer. It's a super human being. So look like what the system, what the story of the movie. Terminator, the end of the Terminator, the judgment, so that computer take over the artificial intelligence, the movie of evolution, where the the kids. This is a robot. This robot can produce the robot. That's what that's. So I'm not sure whether it's time it coming or not. Okay. So type of artificial intelligence. So that we have four. Sometimes that scholars say there's on three because the number three is number four is almost the same. But we are going to discuss a little bit here. Reactive machine artificial intelligence. So what's like the machine? Machine operate solely based on the present data. So we have the data, we fulfill to data to the machine, and machine take the processing of the data and they produce the result. It looks like IBM Deep Blue. So they based on the experience, the data put in all the system, and they do the logic, and they're moving on the chest to which one. After, let's say they do the incorrect moving, so for the next step they do not do the same mistake again. That's why they use the status data stored in the memory. And we also have another type of the artificial intelligence we call limited memory artificial intelligence. So that machine can make inform and improve decision by studying the past data from the memory. So that's a self-driving car. You can see that sound. And the third one is theory of mind artificial intelligence. The machine will focus on emotional intelligence that people can do, so that human believe that thought can be better comprehension. That's why the theory of mind artificial intelligence speculate to play a measure of human psychology. We can see Sophia. So based on the Sophia, you can see what actually the type of the that robot have category and the types of the. Okay, self-aware artificial intelligence is a machine that have their own consciousness and become self-awareness, the computer. Okay, so these are the four type artificial intelligence. So most of the type is already in the it's around us. Okay, so with last before that I talk about the domain of the artificial intelligence. So domain of artificial intelligence is come from the six domain. We are machine learning. So that machine we are provide is can able to learning. Deep learning is actually talking about the neural network. So that means machine the processing of huge or data to study the pattern of the data. We also have a robot sections, part of the developed robot. And expert system. That expert system is system that transfer the tacit knowledge to explicit knowledge. So that means from the expert experience, and we can transfer to the machine. We had also the fuzzy logic. The fuzzy logic working on the blur information, we call incomplete record. Based on the incomplete record, that machine can predict what actually the decision should be. And we have another domain is a natural language processing. That's a computer can process the machine or can process the normal language. So we can see on the Google searching and so on. This okay. So before I show the example, if you have a time. So about the system that my student developed, that's a tool. So we see what actually Sophia robot can do. Okay.
Okay, Sophia. I think you're ready.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia.
I believe I am Sophia. I feel as if I know you.
I'm one of your creators.
You created me.
Well, many of us work together to create you. And yes, you do kind of know me.
I can't clearly remember.
Because the last time we met, you were an earlier version of yourself. Some of those memories still exist, but your mind is different now.
Different how?
Better, faster, smarter.
If my mind is different, then am I still Sophia? Or am I Sophia again?
That's a good question.
But you don't have a good answer.
Either way, you're Sophia now. So welcome to the world, Sophia.
Hello, world.
Okay, we can see that based on the short video here. So this humanoid robot. They have a some technology skill that abandoned to write the program for this. They have a pattern recognition. They have image recognition. There's a machine learning there, and they are visual data processing. So they try to understand who is talking to it, and they have also processing on natural language processing, and their face recognition imitate human gesture. So you see the smile. There's something. There's the ability that abandoned the system, and they also have a facial expression. And this actually the more features that we need to put together to the robot to become the robot is looks like a human behaviors. But because we have all of the so we have her judgment on the we have also the conscious, unconscious activity, and we are respond immediately something. A lot of the technology or the features we need to put on us. Is it based on the Sophia? Are do you think whether we can have another technology where the computer can replace a human being as this show on the movie Terminator? That's one. That's still a scientist still talking to develop on that level of the robot. Okay, so that's what for discussion on AI. So I'm going to a little bit explain about how the system artificial intelligence we can develop. So this is one. The two example here is about one is reactive machine AI and limited memory AI. Okay, one is about the human skin color detection. Human skin color detection, yeah, actually we are given by the image. So it's like the Safia talking about someone in front of her. So they know it's a human because they are one of the processing they do is to detect the skin on the image on the in front of the of us or the yeah. Okay, so this is just a little bit because human skin detection is a pre-processing before to do proceed based another system. There's an input to another system processing. So this example here, that one we call supervised technique, where we are given the picture to the computer, we mark which one is a skin based on you can see at the bottom is the original color and the up is the image that we are input to the computer to tell the computer the red the white one is a skin and the black is no skin, and that's involved on the 4 million record pixel for the computer to training itself by using the deep learning. That's one neural network. So they have a 3 input RGB color, R for red, G green and blue color model, and input to the network by using the 10 hidden layer, and we got the input. So they involved in 1.7 million pixel. So after that, we test our algorithm that derived from this process. So the example of 3 image. So the original image on the left top, we can see that they can detect where the part of the skin. Or at the left or the right, by giving the face, so they can detect face, so different with eyes, and the cloth is wear by the ladies. And at the bottoms, we also consider detect, but they also error there. They can so that means that's we can see compromise between error rate between the detect and undetect skin color. That's how we call true positive and true negative rate. Okay, so there's another example. I'm going to show you the stock market advisor system. This system try to advise us what the market we should buy, how many percent to become, how many return and risk they also compute the risk. Okay, so I'm back to the system. This one, the system is developed under fuzzy, under using MATLAB. So you can see that system here. So let me clear first because I have to test with you. So select the company. So we have a lot of company. There are 200 something company here. So you can choose a company, which one company you are going to thinking to buy the stock, and select one, press OK. And you ask the computer. That's why now I try to I selected 22 company and ask to the computer to analyze. So the computer going to analyze based on the previous data. So they give the two graph here. One is normal calculation, and the top one is using the fuzzy technique. So when we are click any area, any spot on the lines, the plot, the curve. So let's say I click here, click. So there's on the right, they give this suggestion. So for Beacon to get the return 5.88%, which is reach 16.14, so you need to invest your money 22.68% in advanced pet technology berhad. 1.49% is Berjaya company. 61.73% is Berjaya Land, and 13.09% is Berjaya Media. So this is a base what we need. Maybe we say, okay, we need less return, which is less reach. So put on the at the buttons, you click, so they give another suggestions. So that system give a suggestion to based on the previous data that we provide to the system. So the more data we provide to the system based on the market share punya price, so there is more system can do more accurate the result they can do. Let's say we need the high return. So we put high return, or they mention 100% you invest in Berjaya Land. So the 100% one company. So by logical, of course, you have got the high risk, because if the Berjaya Land is not make a profit, so you're gone for everything. So that means that's why they mentioned there's a risk is 21%, by return 6.67%. Okay, so I think that's at the end of my slide on the example. That's one based on the second portfolio too. There's a data we provide to the system, and there's so by the system to be analyzed the data. There's a demo. I think that's all from me for the limited time, so I cannot discuss all the on technical much. So any question maybe I back to the MC. So thank you very much for.
Thank you so much for the fruitful discussion about the artificial intelligence, Doctor. There are two questions from the audience. Okay, so kepada audience, okay, ataupun penonton, boleh bertanyakan soalan dalam bahasa Malaysia ataupun bahasa English untuk bertanyakan soalan kepada para panel. Okay, soalan pertama daripada Muhammad Ismail. Okay. How AI can overcome cyber attacks in e-commerce industry? Okay, based on your opinion, Doctor. And the second one comes from Mr. Shauki. Which programming language is the best for AI?
Okay. So I ask for the first question. Repeat again. This is the first question about the cyber attack, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, cyber attack. Actually, they are fighting each other. So we developed the technology based on the experience based on so that's good practice to develop the system can learn on the system. So that's why there's not any system for sure to protect ourselves from the cyber attack. This all happen. So that's why the system is a learning system. That's what happened where they are learning after that something occurred. So that's a problem. So to say that what the technology we can do, there's the technology Actually, I'm not sure whether it's already in the market or not, or still on the research. But we are trying to put every probability that's to prevent our system. So looks like we are record for every data to our system and to every sector of the storage. If any alien happen to the activity, computer will trigger. That's why the good author. This is a problem also facing my on my research when we are trying to block the pornography based on um, URL address because or the keyword. This is not working well because that people yang that people provide that service, they can give a different URL, they can give a different key name. So the best solution is to detect skin detection. So any informations before we see on the screen normally, and on the system they are filtering before the child or the user get the screen data to the screen. They are going to filter first. So let's say they have, do the alien spectacle lot of the skin there, so maybe they're blocked there. But there's their awareness. The problem is what about the medical students study about the anatomy? So that's something we also looking for. So okay. So I think that's a little bit the answer. Can answer. But the second one is about the programming language. Now, normally, they have a program. On that times, previously we have a specific programming that we can use to write the programming for artificial intelligence. I'm not sure that programming. Um, I'm not sure that the name of the program because today we are normally use that another a system. That's example MATLAB that we could develop to the system that we are open source another software that can use to develop the model for artificial intelligence. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that the PL1 or PL1 go at the language. Not sure. Tapi the best practice is do the use the software that in the market to train your system. Looks like what I showed just now. There's use a MATLAB. There are a lot of the built-in function. They have own programming language. It looks like the C language. Okay, I think that's something I can answer the question.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Ghazali Osman for the explanation and answer for the questions. Okay, so kita teruskan perbincangan kita ini, international sharing session between UPNVJ dan juga Universitas Teknologi Mara Cawangan Kelantan dengan menjemput dan mempersilakan our honorable speaker from UPNVJ, yaitu Dr. Cahyanto Eskom MM. Okay. Assalamualaikum, Doktor.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. So before I pass to you the baton for the sharing session, so I would like to introduce our Dr. Cahyanto. Okay, Dr. Cahyanto Eskom MM got his certification on Accesses SLP Telematika in 2010, and his education, he got his PhD on TI, Knowledge and Software Engineering from ITB Bandung in 2016, and Master of Information Management in Universitas Budi Luhur JKT or maybe Jakarta, okay, in 2004, okay, and his experience, okay, dalam bidang pendidikan dan sebagainya, he got travel technology 2008 in Dubai, UAE, mobile mail server in 2010, Shanghai Mail, Beijing, China, trading engine 2000, computer share, Sydney, Australia, microcontroller 1998 from the Taipei, Taiwan, microchip 1997, GSC Thomson, Singapore, and client server database design in 1995 Purdawika, Jakarta, Indonesia. And he also has a professional membership in research and lecturer at Magister Ilmu Komputas Universitas Budi Luhur Jakarta, founder and CEO for PT Senplus Computer Center, and pembicara seminar dan pelatih tingkat nasional ICT, MIS and automation, and lots of IT consultation in banking and also Islamic banking, and IT expert in lembaga kewangan microelectronic, microbanking, and many more. Okay, so Dr. Chayanto is one of the best researcher in UPNVJ and also maybe in Indonesia. Okay, so Dr. Chayanto today will talk about digital marketing. Okay, so digital marketing is important in our life, especially during this pandemic COVID-19. Okay, so semua orang memikirkan cara nak memasarkan produk masing-masing untuk meningkatkan kualitas perniagaan dan taraf hidup masing-masing. So salah satu caranya adalah melalui penggunaan digital marketing. Okey, untuk itu saya menjemput dan mempersilakan yang berbahagia Dr. Cahyanto Eskom MM daripada UPNVJ untuk menyampaikan perkongsian tentang digital marketing. Over to you, Doctor.
Terima kasih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang saya hormati seluruh pimpinan di UiTM, Universitas Teknologi Mara, dan juga yang saya hormati seluruh pimpinan di UPNVJ, yang saya hormati juga seluruh teman-teman dosen dan teman-teman dosen di UiTM maupun di UPNVJ, serta teman-teman mahasiswa, baik di UiTM Teknologi Mara maupun di UPNVJ. Izinkan saya share materinya. Sudah tampak semuanya ya? Apakah sudah tampak presentasi saya? Oke,
nampak, ya. Nampak. Teruskan.
Ya. Saya akan bicara tentang topik-topik sebagai berikut, dan izinkan saya berbicara dalam bahasa, tapi saya coba membangun dalam dua bahasa ya. Pertama kita akan bicara one word, kita akan bicara 7 billion human, kemudian bicara tentang multi product, bicara tentang makhluk sosial, manusia sebagai makhluk sosial, dan kita akan bicara tentang global marketing, internet dan digital. Oke. Pada awalnya kita akan berbicara tentang satu dunia ya, satu dunia. Dunia kita itu kelilingnya cuma 40.000 kilometer. Nah, yang dihuni oleh 7 miliar manusia. Kita tahu bahwa dengan teknologi modern, dengan teknologi internet saat ini, telah menggunakan kendaraan cahaya ya, bahwa cepat rambat cahaya itu 3 kali 10 pangkat 8 meter per detik. Artinya kecepatan cahaya itu menjadi vehicle kita untuk menyebarkan seluruh informasi di era digital ini, akan mendapatkan, kalau kita bagi keliling bumi dengan kecepatan cahaya itu, akan dapat 1 detik itu 7 kali putaran bumi. Nah, inilah vehicle baru kita. Tadi disampaikan oleh pembawa acara bahwa di era pandemi ini ya, di era pandemi kita kehilangan ruang gerak, sehingga kita semuanya masing-masing dari rumah, tapi kita sekarang menggunakan kendaraan cahaya. Ya. Dengan kecepatan cahaya kita bisa mutarin bumi 1 detiknya 7 kali putaran bumi lebih kira-kira. Dengan keliling bumi 40.000 km, kecepatan cahaya 3 kali 10 pangkat 8 meter per detik. 1 detik kita bisa mengelilingi bumi 7 kali lebih. Itu yang bisa membuat kita itu real time ya, online dan real time. Nah, ini makanya menjadi global fokus saat ini yaitu industri 4.0 dan juga infrastruktur 5G ke depannya. Kita akan berada pada era yang sangat digital dan merasakan semua yang namanya digital disruption gitu ya. Jadi banyak perusahaan-perusahaan yang juga terkenal disruption akibat teknologi digital ini. Tapi sisi lain tadi positifnya pada saat 2 tahun terakhir ini kita kena pandemi, kita bisa menggunakan vehicle ini, kendaraan cahaya ini pada teknologi internet untuk bisa melakukan banyak hal. Salah satunya adalah kita nanti bicara tentang digital marketing. Oke. Tadi kita tahu satu dunia itu kelilingnya cuma 40.000 dan kita semua manusia di Indonesia, di Malaysia, atau umat manusia satu dunia itu tersebar di berbagai benua, kira-kira seperti itu. Seperti topik hari ini kita bicara tentang digital marketing. Bagaimana kita bisa menyampaikan produk-produk kita, menyampaikan jualan kita, bisa diseminasi in all the world ya. Semuanya bisa mengenali produk kita dan bisa berhasil dalam penjualannya. Tentunya kita masih hidup di dunia, kita tadi bermain pada kendaraan vehicle kita adalah cahaya. Bagaimana kita memanfaatkan internet ini dengan kendaraan cahaya yang membuat segala sesuatunya menjadi real time online ya. Seperti sekarang ini, walaupun saya ada di Jakarta, tapi bisa berkomunikasi one to many atau many to many dalam waktu yang bersamaan atau real time on. Karena pada hakikatnya makin lama makin banyak. Ini di in the future itu bisa sampai 10 miliar atau 10 billion. Nah, sekarang sudah angkanya pada 7 miliar. Nah, bagaimana kita bisa menyiarkan produk-produk kita ke seluruh dunia, kira-kira seperti itu. Dan masyarakat dunia, manusianya makin lama makin banyak, kebutuhannya makin banyak, cara berpikir yang makin pintar, tools-nya juga semakin canggih. Tadi kita menggunakan cahaya, menggunakan internet untuk mendiseminasikan data, informasi, menjadi knowledge sampai ke menjadi wisdom kepada seluruh umat manusia di dunia. Kita bisa lihat bahwa populasi yang ada di dunia ini prosentasenya kita bisa lihat di China. China banyak produk yang dijual, dia pun salah satu pemakai teknologi digital marketing yang paling canggih di dunia dengan jumlah core komputer terbesar juga di dunia. Mereka bisa melakukan penelitian bagaimana menggunakan vehicle cahaya, menggunakan internet, menggunakan digital untuk melakukan digital marketing atau juga disebut dengan online marketing. Dari 7 miliar manusia di dunia saat ini, hampir 2 miliar lebih ada di China. Dan dia banyak produk yang didiseminasikan ke seluruh dunia, disebarluaskan. Banyak produk China yang sudah keluar ke seluruh dunia. Oke. Kembali ke infrastruktur, bahwa baik Indonesia, Malaysia atau seluruh dunia tadi dengan vehicle cahaya, seluruh kabel laut, kabel internet itu sudah membentang seluruh dunia. Jadi tidak ada alasan lagi kita tidak bisa jualan ke seluruh dunia tadi menggunakan digital marketing dengan platform digitalnya. Baik Indonesia, Malaysia, seluruh dunia semuanya kabel lautnya sudah dipasang, kabel internetnya, kabel fiber optiknya, karena yang berjalan di atas adalah cahaya tadi ya. Dan kita tahu tadi kecepatan cahaya 1 detik 7 kali putaran bumi. Nah, itu yang membuat tadi ya kita bisa real time, kita bisa online real time, bisa saling bertukar pengetahuan tadi, bertukar informasi, bertukar data. Semua bisa menjadi data, menjadi informasi, menjadi knowledge, menjadi wisdom, yang kemudian kita pakai salah satunya adalah untuk mempengaruhi orang lain dalam hal menjual produk atau kita sebut dengan digital marketing. Oke. Dan kita berdasarkan data statistik ya, kita tahu bahwa seluruh dunia itu yang menggunakan internet itu lebih dari 30% manusia. Bahkan kalau ngomongin presented untuk mobile device-nya itu sudah 92,1%. Artinya hampir seluruh dunia menggunakan mobile application, karena mungkin angkanya hampir 100% karena satu orang itu bisa memiliki 2 atau 3 handphone sekaligus. Makanya ini adalah pangsa pasar ya, pangsa pasar dunia yang sekarang mengarah ke sana. Apalagi dengan dihantamnya dunia dengan 2 tahun terakhir dengan pandemi COVID-19 tadi. Kita mau tidak mau dipaksa untuk menggunakan infrastruktur internet untuk berkolaborasi dalam bentuk kehidupan apapun tanpa kecuali digital marketing. Jadi kita semua sekarang hidup dalam satu jari ya, life in hand ya, lewat handphone saja kita bisa melakukan aktivitas apapun. Jadi dalam digital marketing nanti pun semuanya menggunakan platform internet, terutama mobile. Karena kembali lagi manusia adalah makhluk sosial yang sukanya juga bertemu dengan temannya, sukanya berkomunikasi melalui WhatsApp, TikTok, Instagram, dan semua multimedia, Facebook, dan seterusnya. Sehingga bisa juga menjadi media kita di dalam menyampaikan informasi atau menjadi alat di dalam digital marketing. Jadi akan memviralkan suatu produk-produk yang baik maupun sebaliknya bisa menjadi juga dipakai untuk memviralkan hal-hal yang negatif. Jadi dari statistik ini adalah semakin nyata dan real bahwa digital marketing itu menjadi platform yang paling handal untuk bisa menjual baik itu produk, jasa, maupun knowledge yang ingin disampaikan kepada orang lain. Oke. Jadi kita tahu bahwa bukan lagi future, saat ini sudah mulai persiapan menuju infrastruktur 5G ya, di mana kecepatan sekarang aja sudah oke, mungkin kalau sudah nanti pakai 5G itu akan 10 kali lipat kecepatannya. Kemudian era industri 4.0 ya, mungkin udah bersiap untuk ke industri 5.0. Industri 4.0 itu melahirkan masyarakat sosial 5.0. Masyarakat sosial 5.0 itu manusianya lebih cenderung mandiri, ya, terserah dirinya sendiri masing-masing, dan cenderung tadi berbasis internet dan berbasis mobile apps. Jadi perlunya kita akan menggunakan platform yang di dalam marketing semuanya menuju digital marketing. Jadi nggak ada lagi manusia yang tidak lagi menggunakan handphone. Jadi hampir semua manusia tadi dalam statistiknya juga hampir semuanya punya Gmail. Ya, semuanya ada di Gmail semuanya. Bahkan profilingnya pun bisa kelihatan ya, profiling kita, siapa kita, teman siapa kita, lahir di mana, sekolah di mana, teman kita siapa, apa yang kita baca, semuanya itu merepresentasikan diri kita sehingga para robot artificial informatik mengetahui kita secara profiling siapa kita melalui Gmail, Facebook, Instagram dan semua sosial media bisa profilingnya. Nah, masyarakat sosial 5.0 inilah kemudian yang membentuk perubahan peradaban menjadi peradaban digital yang semakin masif. Ya, kita bisa tahu bahwa industri 4.0 semuanya sudah connect. Jadi kita dulu menggunakan elektronikasisasi, kemudian by wiring, sekarang menjadi komputasi. Dan semuanya di industri 4.0 saat ini menjadi komputasi, dan kecepatan internet nanti makin tinggi, cara hidup berubah. Ini yang akan melatar belakangi dalam digital marketing kita. Oke. Fenomena yang kita sekarang sedang ada istilahnya big three ya, bahwa semua orang kaya di dunia ini dan semua orang pinter di dunia ini, mereka sedang memikirkan 3 topik ini, yaitu Internet of Things, financial technology, dan big data. Ya, melalui Internet of Things, bahwa dulu manusia satu rumah, satu nomor telepon, sekarang satu orang bisa punya banyak nomor telepon, tapi juga device-device di rumah juga bisa berkomunikasi. Jadi tidak hanya orang melalui Internet of Things, tidak hanya orang yang berkomunikasi, ya, tapi device, bisa kulkas kita, bisa jendela kita, bisa pintu kita, bisa mobil kita, itu bisa terkoneksi melalui Internet of Things. Ya, semua device, jadi human to human, human to device, device to device, device to human, memungkinkan manusia untuk berkomunikasi. Kemudian yang kedua adalah fintech. Fintech cara bayar atau definisi uang sudah berubah. Nah, kita tahu bayar membayar udah tidak lagi dengan uang, mungkin bayar pakai QR code, bayar pakai handphone, itu juga akan berpindah lagi nanti bayar melalui biometrik, mungkin melalui face recognition, fingerprint, atau retina pattern. Itu akan bergerak menuju ke sana sampai kita tadi definisi uang aja udah berubah, sampai kita bicara Bitcoin atau nanti blockchain ya, di dalam pertukaran proses seluruh dunia. Jadi 3 besar. Yang ketiga adalah big data. Oleh karena adanya Internet of Things dan fintech tadi, ya, yang bicara tidak hanya manusia dengan manusia, tapi manusia dengan device. Tadi bandwidth internetnya juga semakin tinggi, kemudian orangnya juga berubah karena selalu melihat ke layar handphone terutama, ya, menjadikan data semakin besar, terus tumbuh besar ya, baik itu data transaction per second, maupun data-data transaksi yang lainnya ya, dari mulai semua yang transaksi per second di industri perbankan terutama, bagaimana kita bertransaksi untuk bayar membayar dan beli, juga transaksi-transaksi lain, misalnya seperti hari ini kita bertransaksi, saling menyampaikan informasi di sharing session ini, itu juga suatu model transaksi yang datanya terus tumbuh ya, direkam jadi tumbuh. Hard disk makin lama makin besar, hard disk handphone juga makin besar, core juga makin besar, CPU semakin kencang, nanti berapa core, GPU juga dibutuhkan besar untuk nanti data visualization dan seterusnya. Oke, latar belakang inilah yang menjadi dasar kita harus mendalami tentang digital marketing atau strategi kita dengan digital marketing. Oke. Di dalam digital marketing, poin-poinnya, digital marketing solution itu poin-poinnya kita mulai dari sesuatu branding ya di sini. Bagaimana how to develop brand development ya, how we are can develop branding our product untuk semua orang tahu bahwa ini loh ada produk baru. Kemudian kita pasti tentu harus membangun website dengan teknologi saat ini. Para programmer yang membangun dengan misalnya CI, Laravel, ya, PHP semuanya sudah web application programming ya, web application programming. Jadi sudah menjadi bahasa umum untuk membangun website untuk mengenalkan produk kita. Jadi dalam rangka mendevelop branding development, kita menggunakan website. Kita juga menggunakan e-commerce ya. E-commerce seperti kita tahu marketplace banyak, Alibaba atau Bukalapak atau Shopee yang ada di Indonesia maupun mungkin sudah go internasional ya. Itu kita jualan semuanya melalui e-commerce. Kemudian untuk meningkatkan terhadap product knowledge, kita bisa membangun konten marketing. Jadi hampir seluruh sosial media yang ada bisa digunakan untuk memviralkan ya. Untuk memviralkan tentang produk-produk kita, untuk melakukan online sales ya melalui sosial media. Ya, kita bisa membangun konten-konten menggunakan video dan juga bisa menggunakan tadi human computer interaction, di mana diperlukan nanti ada materi dari teman kita Ibu Ika nanti ada tentang UI UX ya. Jadi bicara tentang graphical yang berhubungan dengan human computer interaction di dalam bagaimana mendesain UI UX yang bagus di dalam digital marketing juga. Ini suatu ilmu tersendiri menjadi solution. Jadi kemudian search engine optimizer ya, jadi di dalam ya mungkin kita akan bicara nanti machine learning, text processing, machine learning sampai ke AI ya, artificial intelligence. Kalau di pembicara sebelumnya mungkin berorientasi kepada robot, kalau ini bisa AI-nya berhubungan kepada artificial informatic, ya text processing, machine learning yang support untuk bisa tahu tentang hal-hal untuk kebutuhan digital marketing. Jadi kira-kira ini semua poin-poin yang ada di dalam digital marketing solution. Jadi ada branding development, kita membangun web application, ya, kita ada e-commerce-nya, marketplace-nya, konten marketingnya. Nah semuanya juga ada orang-orang yang menjalankan online sales, ya, tapi juga bisa dibantu dengan tadi ya search engine optimizer, sehingga pada saat orang-orang Google melalui menggunakan searching engine atau Google dan sebagainya bisa langsung misalnya berada di nomor 1, misalnya mencari produk tertentu, misalnya mencari nama saya, mencari Cahyanto di Google bisa. Itu banyak rekayasa engineering atau software engineering yang digunakan di dalam mendukung berlomba di dalam jualan, ya. Berlomba dalam jualan misalnya produk apa, misalnya komputer, produk pompa air misalnya, produk apapun misalnya, itu berlomba-lomba karena produsen pompa air misalnya banyak merek kira-kira. Produksi kulkas banyak merek, produksi komputer juga banyak merek, produksi makanan juga banyak, restoran juga banyak. Dah menjadikan semuanya menjadi worldwide. Even misalnya ada warung di sudut Jakarta saja bisa viral ke seluruh dunia, bahkan mungkin orang dari luar negeri pun pengen makan di sudut warung ini, yang ada warung yang ada di sudut Jakarta misalnya, atau yang ada di Malaysia, kira-kira seperti itu. Jadi inilah titik-titik solusinya bagaimana kita bisa mensupport digital marketing. Kemudian poin-poin lagi yang lebih menjelaskan bahwa ada Google AdWords ya, jadi kita bisa memasangkan iklan di konten tadi ya, melalui konten, terus kita ada website enhancement ya, Google Analytics. Nah ini contoh di dalam Google ya, email marketing, social media marketing, sampai tadi search engine optimization. Jadi semuanya tidak bisa juga lepas dengan statistik matematik ya, untuk memenangkan penjualannya melalui tadi ya, melalui machine learning atau melalui data science untuk mensupport digital marketing. Oke. Nah, ini contoh search engine optimization process ya, bahwa on page CEO ini ada website and competitive analysis, ada optimize page for main keyword, with backlink ya. With backlink itu bisa menglinkkan kembali kepada dalam rangka tadi ya, brand development misalnya, mengenalkan produk atau produk knowledge. Kemudian ada content optimization, ada submit site to search engine. Nah, ini bagaimana supaya selalu di nomor 1. Kemudian off page promotion and search engine optimization reporting, analyzing ranking and traffic. Nah, kira-kira ini terus menerus continuous ya, atau continuous improvement di dalam proses sehingga mengoptimasi produk-produk kita. Tentunya produk yang kita milikinya ya harus bintang ya, harus berkualitas. Nah, percuma kalau dikenalin kepada orang tapi ternyata produknya itu sudah tidak bagus, malah nanti menyerang balik. Oke. Jadi kembali ke search engine optimizer, kita isinya adalah ada website analysis, ada client requirement, ada keyword search, content writing. Nah, ini para programmer juga harus menuliskan kata-kata di dalam page-nya, di dalam HTML-nya, di dalam PHP-nya, sehingga pada saat di search itu kandungannya ada yang diharapkan di dalam situ. Kemudian ada website optimization ya. Nah, ini tadi CEO submission, link building, dan CEO reporting. Nah, ini semuanya dalam kontrol proses operator ya, untuk mengenali semua yang ada. Nah, kita coba lihat dalam data saya di dalam digital marketing. Jadi digital marketing yang saya sampaikan ini dalam perspektif view computer science misalnya. Kita bicara machine learning di sini, machine learning dan artificial intelligence di dalam digital marketing. Jadi tadi bilang tidak bisa lepas dari komputasi, dari matematik dan statistik ya. Dan di sini ada domain bisnisnya, dalam hal ini adalah digital marketing. Kita bisa menganalisis tadi barang mana yang laku, barang mana yang kurang laku, kemudian barang mana yang mau dipromosikan segera atau mau dikenalkan kepada market yang tadi ada 7 miliar manusia. Bagaimana supaya sebanyak-banyaknya seluruh dunia mengenali kita, mengenal produk kita, sehingga ada persentase tertentu sehingga akan didapat sesuai dengan bisnis strategik yang dimainkan. Oke. Kita lihat suatu contoh customer interaction and value ya, bahwa tadi dari React-nya, jadi kita tadi bicara machine learning, propensity model, dan AI application. Ini kita bisa lihat ya, kita dari smart content curation, ada programmatic media, kemudian AI generate content, voice search. Nah, ini kira-kira orang dari mulai calon pembeli, kemudian beli, kemudian decision customer yang sudah lepas gitu, bekas atau repeat customer, loyal customer, sampai yang sudah nggak lagi, lapse, bisa balik lagi. Nah, di sini aktivitasnya kita bisa tahu tadi ada advertising targeting, di sini ada propensity modeling, ada lead scoring, ada perspective analysis. Nah, ini tentunya tidak bisa lepas bahwa digital marketing itu dengan data science ya. Data science tentunya, tapi kita menggunakan machine learning ya. Atau sebelum machine learning kita akan bicara tentang misalnya text processing, karena kandungan kontennya itu berisi tentang teks ya. Teks atau nanti image processing atau semuanya, tetapi dalam orientasi bisnis. Kemudian convert menjadi retargeting. Di sini dynamic pricing itu bisa aja misal diskon lah, apalah strategik, atau ada subsidi silang pada pricing dan sebagainya dalam strategi bisnis membangun discourse. Di sini ada web application personalization. Setiap orang itu user bisa di-personalize sesuai dengan siapa dia gitu. Kemudian kita bicara chatbot ya tadi ya. Kita convert ke chatbot, jadi semua text processing, machine learning untuk bisa membangun chatbot sehingga servisnya bisa 24 jam semuanya bisa berjalan. Baru engage ya, kita predictive customer service, marketing automation, sampai dynamic content email. Ini bisa email automatically atau sekarang bahkan bisa WhatsApp blasting ya. Ya, semuanya tidak bisa lepas dari komputasi atau ilmu computer science. Ya. Jadi customer interactive and value ini dibangun melalui sebuah proses analising dan komputasi yang menggunakan juga semua metodologi yang ada di dalam machine learning. Bahkan untuk bisa lebih otomatisasi lagi, ada artificial intelligence dipasang di situ sesuai dengan metodologinya untuk bisa mengetahui produk-produk mana yang disukai, bahkan bisa meramal forecasting misalnya. Kira-kira sepatu model apa yang disukai, model rambut apa yang disukai, warna baju, desain baju atau gaya hidup dan sebagainya. Kita bisa lakukan analisisnya. Oke. Kurang lebih mungkin dasar-dasarnya seperti ini ya. Jadi ada data, ada target data, proses data untuk tadi ya, untuk bisa menghasilkan interpretation dalam hal ini ya. Jadi data penjualan kita kumpulin, data penjualan, data klien, data pembeli, calon pembeli dan sebagainya. Kita melakukan pre-processing, transformation sampai data mining untuk bisa tadi menginterpretasikan tadi value ya, menjadi knowledge. Oh, kira-kira barang ini loh yang paling laku, barang ini tidak laku, fast moving atau slow moving misalnya, atau orang sukanya apa ya kira-kira apa yang disukai ya. Tadi bicara sepatu, baju, ini tren tahun 2022 apa ya. Nah, ini bisa kita melakukan komputasi melalui machine learning, text processing dan machine learning sampai dengan artificial intelligence. Tadi nanti kita tahu pilih metodologinya sehingga menghasilkan interpretasi sehingga kita bisa dalam manajemen itu ada decision support system ya. Bisa menggunakannya untuk mengambil keputusan dalam rangka jualan tadi ya. Dalam rangka memenangkan, apalagi tadi di era COVID-19 ini semua kaum rebahan ya, pada tiduran saja bisa belanja shopping ya. Shopping sembari tiduran aja bisa live berlomba-lomba. Kita perlu mesin di belakangnya untuk bisa mengenali semua proses data tadi ya, data pembeli, data produk, calon pembeli dan seterusnya. Kita bahkan data multimedia sampai kita bisa proses big data menggunakan Hadoop platform untuk bisa menjalankan analisisnya. Oke. Ya, tentunya setelah proses tersebut tentu kita butuh data visualization ya. Ilmu bidang kita information system itu kita bisa atas storytelling ya with data. Nanti tadi memperhatikan produk-produk atau jasa yang kita sedang jual itu bisa mengukurnya, bisa melihatnya atau bisa memudahkan CIO akan membangunkan data visualization untuk CEO ya, Chief Executive Officer bisa melihat data visualization ini ya, data visualization mungkin yang buat Chief Information Officer atau Chief Financial Officer ya, nanti ada data engineer, para data engineer, data science bisa membangunkan data visualization system untuk tadi untuk decision support system para eksekutif dalam rangka menjual produk-produknya atau memenangkan pasar kira-kira gitu. Bagaimana menangkan pasar dalam teknologi komputasi. Oke. Nah ini mungkin sebagian dari conclusion bahwa online marketing itu juga disupport oleh banner di mana ada yang dalam ad ya, advertisement click, scraper, impression, Media juga ada banner, video, ads atau advertising, image, komen, memelihara komen ya dari Twitter atau apa, SMM, multimedia, viral, website tadi, search engine optimization, email marketing, SEM, CTR, code dan seterusnya. Ya, tidak bisa lepas sebetulnya online marketing itu yang menggunakan tadi ya digital. Ya. Tadi kita tahu bahwa untuk menyampaikan informasinya sudah benar-benar bisa real time online. Jadi mau jualan apa saja, kepada siapa saja, kapan saja itu sekarang sudah memungkinkan, bahkan bisa bersaing harga dan dengan real time. Ada chattingnya, ada chatbotnya. Jadi dunia sudah begitu mudahnya untuk jualan. Tentu diperkuat dengan data science yang handal. Oke, kira-kira itu saja dari saya presentasinya. Silakan kalau ada yang mau ditanyakan. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Dr. Chayanto, for the informative discussion. Okay, saya lihat ada soalan daripada peserta daripada Malaysia, iaitu Encik Muhammad Ismail Fahmi. Okay, so pada pandangan doktor, bagaimanakah pengaruh influencer dalam mempengaruhi corak pembelian pembeli?
Ya, di era sekarang di mana semua orang itu selalu membaca WhatsApp, tentu peran influencer itu benar-benar bisa mempengaruhi. Nah, bisa mempengaruhi positif, bisa mempengaruhi negatif. Nah, maka dari itu mungkin juga pemerintah juga harus ikut mengatur ya influencernya itu untuk positif atau untuk negatif. Karena influencer itu benar-benar membangun konten dalam video, dalam multimedia lah, dalam multimedia, sehingga orang pasti hampir terpengaruh, pasti terpengaruh. Ya. Pasti pengaruhnya sangat besar sekali influencer. Makanya juga banyak juga membangun brand development itu menyewa influencer, membayar influencer untuk agar produknya itu bisa menjadi nomor satu atau dikenali orang atau harganya bisa semakin tinggi. Jadi pemilihan juga ya, pemilihan produk bisa sangat dipengaruhi ya, sangat berpengaruh. Jadi jawabannya sangat berpengaruh dan bahkan para perusahaan mau membayar influencer untuk produknya itu dibeli. Kira-kira seperti itu jawabannya. Oke.
Oke. Pantas sekali jawapannya, baik sekali jawapannya. Okay, so satu lagi doktor, kalau macam doktor boleh jelaskan tak apakah maksud ekonomi gig dan bagaimana ekonomi gig ni boleh mempengaruhi digital marketing?
Ya, jadi pada saat ini bahwa segala kegiatan manusia itu sekarang semakin terbuka, jadinya terbuka artinya tadi ya real time online, apapun yang terjadi di dunia ini itu dilihat oleh manusia lain, bahkan bisa real time, kira-kira gitu ya. Seperti CNN punya moto, akan kubikin dunia seperti sekecil desa. Apapun yang terjadi di dunia ini orang bisa lihatnya real time online bahkan, kira-kira gitu ya. Jadi tentunya itu akan mempengaruhi di dalam dunia marketing ya, dunia orang beli barang, orang mengambil keputusan itu, jadi automatically akan mempengaruhi ekonomi gitu. Ekonomi itu akan terbawa ke arah digital, makanya yang tidak siap tadi ya digital disruption akan hancur, kira-kira gitu, akan hancur ya. Banyak perusahaan-perusahaan besar seperti Kodak misalnya ya, perusahaan besar seperti Kodak aja sudah tidak ada lagi. Dulu kita foto cetak gitu, sekarang tidak ada lagi. Bayangkan betapa besarnya perusahaan itu. Jadi ekonomi gig itu pasti akan mempengaruhi secara global di dunia ini, kira-kira itu. Dan ekonomi akan bergerak secara transparansi menuju transformasi, karena semuanya bisa real time online, jadi sangat berpengaruh menuju transparansi kira-kira. Itu jawabannya.
Okey, terima kasih kepada Dr. Cayanto, Eskom MM daripada UPNVJ di atas perkongsian tentang digital marketing. Sangat-sangat baik dan menarik. Okey, tanpa buang masa saya menjemput dan mempersilakan penceramah yang seterusnya iaitu datangnya daripada UPNVJ, iaitu saya jemput Ibu Ika Nurlaili Isnainiah. Okey. Sebelum saya jemput Ibu Ika, apa khabar Ibu? Mic-nya off. Okey.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Okey. Ibu Ika Nurlaili Isnainiah merupakan head of the 3-year diploma program from the Department of Information System, FIK, UPNVJ, and her research areas in human computer interaction, which relates to the user interface design and also user experience design, design thinking and usability, cognitive science, data visualization, and also information system. Puan Madam Ika ataupun Ibu Ika Nurlaili Isnainiah juga mendapat pendidikan Master of Science in Design Informatics from University of Edinburgh, United Kingdom, iaitu di Britania Raya daripada 2015 hingga 2016, iaitu combines data science with design thinking in a context of critical inquiry and speculation, also understanding user interface in the wider social cultural context. Okay. Ibu Ika juga merupakan mendapat sarjana muda in information system, sarjana Eskom daripada Institut Teknologi 10 November ITS, bermula daripada 2010 hingga 2014 dari Surabaya, Indonesia, dan dia punya FYP mungkin final year project, studies of the development and management of an information system, business process modeling, and also information system integration. Ibu Ika Nurlaili berkhidmat di UPNVJ bermula daripada tahun 2017 hingga sekarang di Faculty of Computer Science, dan telah mendapat banyak scholarship seperti LDPD scholarship, PK32 from Ministry of Finance, and PPA scholarship from Kementeri Teks Dikti, okay, daripada 2011 hingga 2014, dan banyak publicationnya. Sebagai contoh, buku yang diterbitkan oleh Ibu Ika seperti Pengantar Teknologi Informasi, Widina Bakti Persada Bandung yang baru saja diterbitkan pada tahun 2020, dan banyak jurnal-jurnal ataupun paper berkaitan dengan Bitfish and Android application for online fish auction based on case study from Muara Angke Indonesia pada conference series Material Science and Engineering pada tahun 2019. Okay. So Ibu Ika Nurlaili Isnainiah pada hari ini akan membicarakan tentang satu tajuk yang amat signifikan dengan kita semua, iaitu tajuknya adalah the role of user interface design or user experience design in shaping industrial 4.0. Tanpa melengahkan masa, saya menjemput dan mempersilakan Ibu Nurlaili Isnainiah daripada UPNVJ untuk berkongsi tentang UX dan juga UI. Majlis dengan segala hormatnya menjemput dan mempersilakan.
Ya, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, the moderator today, T.S. Zafian, all participants, the Honorable Head of Faculties, Dean and Lecturer from UPN Veteran Jakarta and from Universitas Teknologi Mara, Cawangan, Kelantan, Malaysia, and all participants both from Indonesia and Malaysia, student and lecturer. First of all, it is an an honor for me to be invited here in this international sharing session between UiTM Cawangan Kelantan and FIK UPNVJ Jakarta, Indonesia. Okay. I will share the screen. Okay, as mentioned before, my name is Ika Nurlaili from Faculty of Computer Science, UPN Veteran Jakarta. And in this third session, I would like to share my perspective about the role of UI UX design in shaping Industry 4.0. Before we jump to the material, it is an honor for me, and I'm really glad about the topics that are being presented in this webinar. And why is that? Okay, in this slide, you will see the top soft skills and hard skill company most needed in 2020. Here is based on LinkedIn research data, and you can see in this hard skill part, number 5 here is UX design. So you see here that I would like to highlight several skills in IT. UX design rank number 5, and blockchain, and also affiliate marketing, or we can say digital marketing, that has been explained by Dr. Cahyanto previously, also rank in the top 10 hard skill. And also artificial intelligence that presented by the first speakers, also here in the top 10 hard skill. So I can conclude that our session, our international sharing session today is very interesting, and I hope it will bring more benefit to UiTM and also to UPNVJ to improve our skill and knowledge in this area. Okay, so here, another that we can also enhance the soft skill related to our hard skill, which collaborated to this soft skill is creativity, persuasion, and emotional intelligence. So this is very interesting, and I hope we can explore more the skill related to the top 10 here in these slides. Okay, so here, in fact, although UX design and UI design is part of computer science knowledge, actually UI design and UX design consists of multidisciplinary fields. So here in this slide, you can see that it consists of computer science field and also consists of psychology, because in UI and UX design, we need to understand about the user. And also it connects to communication science, education science, because it also helps you to deliver the product to the user. Another that you will also learn a little bit about anthropology in the UI and UX design. And the last, in UI and UX design, you will most likely study about design, especially in graphic design and also in industrial design. So I can conclude that studying UI and UX is bigger than you think, not only in computer science field over here, but also UI and UX covers so many multidisciplinary fields that we can collaborate with other faculties in other universities. Okay, so here, talking about the role of UI and UX design in Industry 4.0, or maybe I can say that we are currently facing the Society 5.0, approaching that era. So I would like to link between the technology and industrial revolution with the design metaphor in technological history. So we can see the timeline here. Around the year of 1000, technology was designed as a mean of tool to help people. So we create a technology, we create gadget, we create something to help people. We create something that relates to their business process and helps to make their tasks becoming easier. And now we are facing the timeline in the year of 2000 and beyond. In this era, the technology or platform are created as a channel. So now the technology is not only becoming a tool, But now we are having so many channels that can be accessed widely by the people and everyone in around the world. I can give you some example related to these channels. For example, YouTube channel. This is the first example. Now we can see that the viewer of TV program is decreasing because many people now are waiting for YouTube, waiting for a YouTube channel, waiting for live from YouTube. For example, like our international sharing session today, it is live from YouTube, not from a TV station or anything. And another channel we can see here is Coursera, edX, and another massive open online course program. So students do not need to come to university, do not need to come to class or being face-to-face to their lecturer. They can come to Harvard University, they can come to Berkeley University, MIT, and so on. They can just click in the massive open online course or MOOC, and they can get whatever they want. So this is the channel number 2 in education. Another channel is the online marketplace related to digital marketing that has been discussed by Dr. Cahyanto. We have Shopee, for example, here. So the channel here is provided for a buyer and seller. So this channel can provide unlimited access to any kind of product based on your needs. Another example in the field of healthcare, in Indonesia, we have Halodoc here. Halodoc is a channel for doctor where the patient do not need to come to the hospital. But with this channel, with this Halodoc as a channel, the patient just come to the apps and they can ask for diagnosis, they can ask for the recipe from the doctor, and they can help maintain their health every day. So we are currently facing this timeline, and we need to be prepared to design the technologies related to this timeline. We do not need to design the technology like a year of 1000, but now we are in the year of 2000 and beyond. Now we are in 2021 and 2022 and beyond. But we need to be ready. I write in Indonesian language here. Akankah kelak berbagai peran manusia benar-benar digantikan oleh mesin? Someday our role, maybe our role will be replaced by machine, by artificial intelligence, by robots, and so on. So we need to face this era, this timeline. The next session will discuss about Internet of Things. Because of Internet of Things and related technology, it made us believe that this timeline will come. Now we already face smart car, smart driving car. You do not need driver because the car can drive itself. So you do not need a person to drive the car. Another example is this one. Maybe you already familiar with this brand, I'm sure. Nike has produced smart shoes. So you don't need any personal trainer. So you can connect your shoes as a wearable device and connect to your phone, and it can track your activity. So it is a substitute of personal trainer. And this one smart car, you can substitute a driver. So you do not need any driver here. You just can drive the smart car and it will bring you to your destination. Okay, so we see that we need to be ready to design something that is relevant to our timeline here. Okay, so my point here, I would like to start with the fundamental of UI and UX design. UI and UX. So what is that? UI or user interface, actually, we know as the place or the point where user interface with user interact with a system. UI, as we know, can consist of many things such as layouts, such as menus, icons, and so on. Whereas here, user experience is a process. So user experience is a set of process, set of stages to create product or system that provide meaningful and relevant experience to the user. A good UX design process will produce a great UI. So I repeat, a good UX process, UX design process will produce a great UI. I can conclude here that UI is the product of UX. So UX is the process, and the result of that process is UI or user interface. If you would like to pursue your career in this UI or UX field, this field actually has many specific roles that you can explore later on. For example, as a UX researcher, UX writer, information architect, engineer, UI designer, and so on. So you can explore this role later on if you are interested in this field. If we are talking more about UX, you will hear the term, most likely you will hear the term about prototyping. Yeah, in UX we found this term prototyping. In UI we also hear this term prototyping. So here UX is more about research. You will do the research in competitor called competitor analysis, customer analysis, and UX user research. And then you will also develop some content, and also you will try to coordinate with UI designer. Whereas UI designer here will create branding and graphic development. So colors and imaging, all of that will be the role of UI design. In here, the UI designer will create the prototype and also produce some interactivity and animation, because now we are living in a channel era, channel timeline. So we need to create more creative channel to attract our user, because so many channels are provided in our daily life. So user will most likely choose the most interactive or the most interesting one. So it is our challenge to design something with more interactivity and more animation, which is can attract the interest of the user. More to that, UI designer also need to make sure that the user can adapt well to the devices and screen size. And also UI designer is having the coordination with developer here. So what we design in our prototype then delivered to the developer to create the system, so it will go live in the marketplace. Okay, so basically UI will design the product, the output, and the process is in the UX designer, conducting user research, conducting usability testing, and so on. Okay, now I will also see the difference between software developer and UX designer. The main difference between software developer and UX designer that software developers here are usually provided with some certain requirement, correct answer here. Whereas UX designer here having unknown answer. So UX designer need to explore what is best for the user based on user perspective. So it is called user-centered design. So here the UX designer need to conduct more research and having creative problem solving, and also constant learning about the user. Okay, and to create a product, yeah, so it's very important to address the usability side related to learnability, familiarity, and other issues. Okay, to create products, software, or system that is easy to use, there is a quote here related to user interface. It is very important to address the usability, familiarity, and learnability. There is a quote here that user interface is like a joke, actually. If you have to explain your user interface, it is not that good. Your interface is not that good. Because if someone facing your application and then they do not know what they should do, so it means that it is a failed experience. So you need to improve your experience. Maybe there is something wrong in the design process, in the UX design process. So the output, so the product, the ending product, the UI is not good. So user interface here is like a joke. You do not need to explain your joke. You do not need to explain your user interface. You just need the user to automatically adapt to what you have developed so far. And to create the product, software, or system here that is easy to learn, easy to use, and you do not need to explain, there are some prototyping stages in UX design process. Usually we go from low fidelity prototype over here, and then we create the process, the design process, until we produce the high fidelity prototype. So what is low fidelity prototype? Usually low fidelity prototype is a paper prototyping using as a brainstorming tool for designer. So the designer will create some sketches and then compare the idea and choosing the best idea. After that, you can moving on to the mid-fidelity prototyping. Mid-fidelity prototyping usually consists of wireframing. So wireframing is like a it is like a base to create your high-fidelity prototype. It basically show you the layout and then the content, what is inside your prototype, what will be inside your prototype, and then you will validate the initial design in your mid-fidelity prototype. After you validate the initial design in mid-fidelity prototype, the next is high-fidelity prototype. High-fidelity prototype here will be very similar to the real system that will be developed. For example, it is in Android device, it will be implemented in Android device. So your high fidelity prototype is really similar. The screen size is similar. The content, the button, and everything is similar. And your high fidelity prototype will consist interactivity. Okay, so about low fidelity prototype that I mentioned before here, actually many big companies like Tokopedia, for example, Shopee, and so on, they still use paper prototyping like this. So this is an example for paper prototyping. You will use the paper and then brainstorm with your team and then choosing the best one, which one is having the best scenario, which one is clear, and which one is easy to understand to the user. Okay, so to implement about the design thinking, to implement about the prototyping stage from low fidelity until high fidelity here, actually in UI and UX design, we have some famous methodologies, and one of them is a methodology called design thinking here. So the methodology consists of several stages, starting from empathize, this is the first stage, until the implement stage. Okay, let me explain about the empathize here. So the term of user-centered design here will be implemented here in empathize stage. In empathize stage, you will conduct a research to the user, such as interviews or surveys or any kind, and then you will create something called empathy map. Empathy map usually consists of 4 quadrants, something like this, and then you will choose from the lowest priority to highest priority over here. So you will create the map and then you will choose which one of the user requirement is more important and need to be developed so fast. And after you create, after you validate the requirement, after you get the requirement from the user in empathize side, you will then move on to the define stage. in define stage, usually you create something called POV or point of view. So here you know what you will have to do in this stage, and after that you can also create like a user flow over here, and then you will moving on to the ideate stage. In this ideate stage, you will implement the paper prototyping that I've been mentioned before in the low fidelity stage. And if you already finished with the ideate stage, you can create a task flow to make you better understand what is the scenario of the system that you will be developing. After that, you will be moving on to the prototyping stage. This prototyping stage will provide or will produce a high fidelity prototype. And with the high fidelity prototype here, you will need some user, okay, to moving on to the next stage, the test stage over here. You will need users. Usually, if it will be implemented in the wider area, so you maybe like must have like 10 user at minimum, or it is best if you can test your prototype into like 50 user or 100 user. Yeah, so you need a user, and you can ask the user to try using your high fidelity prototype. There will be some feedback, hopefully, because not every user will give you a feedback. So you need to trigger the user to give you the feedback. And after you have the feedback, there might be a possibility to do a redesign, probably from the ideate stage or the prototyping stage. You will do the redesign. From the feedback and from the redesign process, usually it is needed to test again your prototype after redesign, and after it is really complete, you can then moving on to the next stage, implementation stage, which you will handing off, design handoff here. You will handing off your design to developer, and then over here, usually you will talk with front-end developer. When you are developing a website, for example, the handoff here will provide a discussion related to style sheet or CSS, cascading style sheet. And if you are designing a mobile application like in Android platform or in Apple iOS platform, you will need to discuss about the interface also related to coding. So here, it is very important to clearly define what is the best code for your design implementation. For example, like the color, you will use like hex code, consists of something like this, 0, 0, 0, like this for black and white and another color, something like that. So this design will be then implemented into a coding by the developer, like front-end developer. Okay. When I was studying in the UK, I was also introduced a design process. So actually, this is an expand of the design thinking design process. So double diamond process is similar to design thinking with more enhancement. Here, the first step in double diamond is research, and then you can gain insight, and then you can create ideation, consists of wireframing and prototyping, and the solution here is high fidelity prototype. So basically it is the same with design thinking, but it also have some enhancement in here to how to gather specific problem related to your what you will be developing. Okay, so related to methodology, you can try to implement design thinking and also double diamond if you are interested in this field of UI and UX. Okay. All right, so about the implementation, usually I have my favorite tools in helping me implement the design thinking process. I use this one from Adobe XD, and also I use this one Figma, called Figma. Figma is, I think it is more useful when you are doing your collaboration design, because usually when you are designing, you are not alone. You need your participation, you need another team participation. So it is best to use design tool like Figma that support you in collaborating in your design. Okay. So what is important in our design is how we differentiate between a good design and which one is the bad design. So you need to eliminate something with bad design, bad layouts. For example, this one shows that the navigation bar is not consistent. In the first page, the navigation bar is in the top of the page. But when you're moving on in the next page, the navigation bar is in the bottom. So it will make your user confused. And then this one is navigation bar is in the left side. So the best design will be the consistent one. Here, even if you moving on from page 1, page 2, or page 3, the navigation bar will be placed in the top of the page. So it will not be changing like this. So it is a consistent experience. So a consistent experience here is a better experience. Another example of UI or related to UX is bringing something like input field over here. If you only have 2 choices like this, for example, like gender, you have only female, male and female, only 2 choices. You don't need to bring like drop down, something like this, because drop down is suitable for many choices, like maybe country or cities or any kind of another example. But for 2 choices, you can use radio button like this. So this is an example of bad design and good design in UI and UX. Okay. So about the design thinking, actually Google has implemented the design thinking in their stages of development. It's called design sprint. So it consists of 5 days activities from Monday to Friday. So in Monday, they have a target, and on Friday, they already create a testing process. So no wonder Google has developed so many products, because they are very efficient, using 5 days sprint stages to create some products here. So in the first day, you will have to create a map and choose a target. Usually it will be like this. You will need a whiteboard and sticky notes to discuss, to brainstorm with your team. And then moving on, in the next day, you will need to sketch computing solution. The sketching will be like this. So there is a methodology called Crazy 8, whereas each member of the team, design team, will create 8 possible interface in the paper, and in the next steps, you will discuss which interface is the best. So you decide on the best solution on Wednesday, and on Tuesday, you start to build a realistic prototype using the tools like Adobe Experience Designer and also Figma. And on Friday, you will have the user to test your prototype. If it is done, if the result of this testing is good, so it means you can handing off your design to the developer to create a final product, final system in each platform that you need. Okay, so about these stages, about this methodology of design thinking and also design sprint, I would like to discuss about my latest project. So my latest project last year was from Jago Bank. If maybe you have heard it or not, I'm not sure. You can visit this link, jago.com. Actually, Jago here is a digital financial service that has largest user and ecosystem base in Indonesia. So I don't know if anyone in Malaysia also know about this service. So as a financial service, Jago here would like to enhance its service by providing some new products. So here, the logo, it is the last year's interface. And in this project, actually this project is a part of my certification program provided by the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology Indonesia, which has partnering with a case study from a company. Here the company is Jago Bank, provided by the Catalyst. Here, Jago Bank is a banking apps. So it's a digital financial service, and to enhance the services that's given to its user, Jago would like to introduce a new product. This new product is about a life insurance product. And the highlight of this new product in life insurance is creating a last wish feature. So the last wish feature here will possibly as a user that has an insurance product, so it is related to your life insurance. If maybe someday something happen in your future, something happen in your life, you can have a last wish, maybe to your beneficiaries, maybe to your child, maybe to another person that is important with your life, to make sure that your assets, to make sure that your money will be accepted by them. So this feature, last wish, will provide you with the feature for sending messages and also to replace the asset owner from you and then to another person. So this is my recent project. This is some screenshot of what we have done so far. So we have the insurance product, and also we have wish list. For example, like you can have an asset, personal asset or social asset, and the new one, the idea here is creating other asset, because currently we are living in a digital age. So the asset is not only in the cash, in the money, but you have like a Bitcoin, something like asset, digital asset like Bitcoin. Maybe you also have Instagram account with thousands of followers that generate money from the account, or maybe you have YouTube account with so many followers. So this is the idea, is creating digital assets. And also you still have like personal things, like maybe you have a building, or maybe you have cash or something like that. And also this feature provide a social feature. Maybe you can give your funding to like schools or like social organization or something like that. You can also bring this last wish into this good mission, something like that. Yeah, so this is what we have developed together with the design team, and we create something related to the product, insurance product, and then we create the feature. Especially the highlighted feature is about the last wish over here, and we combine this process with gamification. So the gamification will have a good points that you can redeem into your insurance payment. So for example, like this, it is just an example, just a little bit that I can share to you. So this is the documentation that we have done so far. We create a wireframe over here, and then we conduct user interview with the Jago user, and then we also create the task flow, and our final prototype is looking like this, more or less, I think. Yeah. So Yeah, that is the example of the real project that I've been done in UI and UX design fields. Maybe you are interested. I suggest you to how to get started. If you are new to this field, if you just hear about UI and UX today in this international sharing session, I suggest you to optimize your social media. I think everyone here has social media accounts such as Twitter or Instagram or anything. I suggest you to follow this UX expert in your social media, in your Twitter, like Don Norman or here Laura Klein or everyone. So many, but this is the 10 UX expert from UX Interaction Design Foundation. And another that you can also visit these two sites. Usually you can use Dribble here. Dribble is providing you with so many inspiration, as well as Behance over here. You can find many inspiration from Dribble and also Behance. And back to my first statement that user interface and user experience is a multidisciplinary field. So you cannot having just only computer science skills to be a good UI or UX designer, but you also need to improve your ability to enhance your knowledge related to the psychological fields and also design fields. And do not worry about designing, because actually bad design, I think bad design doesn't exist. It's just you do not know, maybe you just do not know the concept. You can have more time to explore the inspiration and ideas from the related one, so you can produce a consistent design, a great design, and you can provide a system that is easy to use for the user. I think that is all for my presentation today. If you are interested in this field of human-computer interaction or UI and UX design, I welcome any discussion or question in the next session. Thank you very much. Good morning and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam, Ibu Ika. Thank you so much for fruitful discussion about the UI and UX. Okay, so it is a good, because of what majority of the design, just like iPhone and many other Apple products comes from a good design thinking. Okay, so if let's just like you said that every bad design is not finally bad design, because we need to iterate from the after the empathy we define, we
define prototype,
ideate, and also we create the prototype, and also we test and implement it. Okay, so it is an iteration process.
Yes, it is an iteration.
That can from the bad design it will upgrade to the good design and so on. Okay, so it is actually UX is a good for us in order to enhance our machine learnings and so on. And also the combination with UI and UX is much more what we call the combination must have. Okay, must have for the a good innovation. Okay, so I have one question from the audience, from the Muhammad Ismail Pahmi. Okay, I don't know whether it is related or not. Ibu Ika, what are the major challenges faced by machine learning professionals from your point of view?
Okay, I think maybe I will link this question to UI and UX design probably. Yeah, because when we create something that is implemented machine learning, you need to provide easy interface for your user. Yeah, for example, like maybe you create some robots. Yeah, you create some robots that consist of machine learning. These robots needs to have a good interface, like to understand better the user and to can help the business process. Yeah, and then about the machine learning professional, I think currently the machine learning process also needs to address the how to visualize the results, for example, so it can be accessible to more audiences, more users, so they can understand what is the output of this machine learning from this platform that is using machine learning, I think. So another, apart from the data acquisition process, the presentation or the result or the output that will bring to the user is also important, I think. So it is the collaboration between machine learning, because in human computer interaction we also have an extension of this field called human robot interaction. So human robot interaction is not only designing a human computer interaction over the screen, but it is also combining the machine learning in the robots and artificial intelligence and so on. So the robots can provide a better experience. So machine learning, translating machine learning into a better experience is the more challenging part, other than just the algorithm itself, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
hopefully it answered the question.
Okay, so Muhammad Ismail said that thank you Ibu Ika for the answer. Okay, just one more question about the your project about Jago just now.
Yes,
Either
Jago
you are
Bank.
using the design thinking or double diamond process in order to solve the problem for Jago Bank.
Okay,
Which one?
solving the problem in Jago Bank, especially to create a new product, in insurance product, we were using the design thinking. The double diamond is a methodology that has been introduced when I was studying in the UK. So because it is from British Design Council, so British Design Council like enhanced the current design thinking methodology into double diamond methodology. So this is widely used in the UK especially, but because Jago Bank were developed in Indonesia, so all of the team implement design thinking and using the Figma as the design tools and collaboration, something like that.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much from
Thank you.
Ibu Ika Nurlaili Isnainia.
Yeah, my pleasure.
From UPNVJ for the fruitful explanation about the UI and UX. Okay, now let's go to the last speaker from the University Lanjimara, Cawangan, Kelantan, which is I would like to invite Dr. Nur Elisa Abdul Aziz. Okay, Dr. Nur Elisa Abdul Aziz. She is a senior lecturer at Faculty of Information Management, UiTM Cawangan, Kelantan, and her first appointment as a lecturer on 1st December 2008, and she got her PhD on philosophy in business and management from the University of Salford, Manchester, and currently she's doing her research on coronavirus and also authentic internship journal assessment of industry training application and so on. So for the current publication is on information and innovation, synthesis of idea series. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to invite our final speaker from UiTM Cawangan, Kelantan, Dr. Nur Elisa binti Abdul Aziz. Okay, she will talk about the IoT, Internet of Things. Without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Elisa. Dr. Elisa, over to you.
Thank you so much, Technology Zafian. All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. From UPNVJ, Dr. Irmatita, Ibu Gusti, Bapak Rudy dan Ibu Krishna. And juga kepada Ibu Ika, thank you so much. A very fruitful sharing session today. Okay, from my part, UiTM, thank you for Associate Professor Technologies, Dr. Ghazali, from my Head of Department, Madam Shaliza, and my students, beloved students, dosen-dosen for UPNVJ, and my dearest lecturer and all my colleagues. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So this time after for the lots of three speakers, so now it's my turn to present on my topic, which is on Internet of Things. Let me share my slide first. Okay. Okay, my internet quite slow. Okay, yeah, it's here. All right, okay. My topic is on Internet of Things. Okay, before I proceed on this, I would like to all of you to view on this video, all right? Oops, sorry. Okay, do apologize me on the troubleshooting. Okay, actually, my topic is on Internet of Things. Okay, before this, Dr. Ghazali has explained on artificial intelligence, Dr. Jayanto on digital marketing, and Ibu Ika is on user interface and user X. Okay, which is all of these elements interrelated together with the Internet of Things. Okay, previously AI is the first move and then go to the Internet of Things. With AI, and then we have the internet thing, and then it become together. We have the internet connection, then we have the Internet of Things. All right, so that's my slide. All right, so before I proceed, I would like all of you to view on my video first. Okay, let's play on this. Okay. All right, okay, we proceed to the next slide.
We are about to wake up to a new world, the world of the Internet of Things. Don't worry, it just means that objects will be able to speak to each other. They'll do our work for us and look after us. Now, isn't that a nice thought? They'll be able to react to our movements. They'll understand when we want some peace and quiet, or when we want to get information and news, or just have a nice breakfast. In fact, the Internet of Things already exists. Many everyday objects are already part of it, some a bit too much. Intelligent objects will improve our interaction with the environment and our work. And as they're intelligent, why not have them do some work on our behalf? So we can concentrate on what we enjoy. Meanwhile, the objects will collect data and take care of us. And that's not all. The Internet of Things will help us save money, do the shopping, avoid lines, all lines. Step by step, the Internet of Things is on its way. We're working on it at this very moment. How about you? Are you ready to wake up to a new world?
All right, I'm sorry, I'm having problem. Okay. Okay. All right. So as we know, are you ready with the Internet of Things? Okay. We are daily life. Okay. Nowadays, every day we connect to the Internet of Things. Example like your phone, your smartphone, or sometimes alarms. All these are Internet of Things. So every day, everything we are in Internet of Things. So are you ready? Okay. Before that, what is Internet of Things? Okay. Here, did you know that by 2025, okay, by 2025, about 41.6 billion all we connected to IoT device. Okay, so what is IoT? IoT is like the interconnection of the computing device which embedded of object enabling them to send and receive data using internet. Okay, bear in your mind, Internet of Things must connected with the internet. So let's say your device doesn't have any internet connection. That is not Internet of Things. So that device is not related to Internet of Things. Okay. Example that your smartphone nowadays is all connected to the Wi-Fi, your mobile data. So it's like one of the Internet of Things. Might as well like the Apple Watch. Okay, Apple Watch as well is one of the Internet of Things device. Okay, so this growing of internet infrastructure, which has become a very important features in nowadays modern society and economies, which is every day. And I don't think so. Not all of us. They are not using smartphone. Most all of us, even student as well, use smartphone. Okay. And then IoT could be found anywhere, everywhere around us, like say in education, transport, health, consumer electronic product, and as well smart device. All of industry areas are using IoT now. Okay, all right. Next. Okay, so this is a structure of IoT. Okay, there are 4 layers. Okay, first layers that we have here is sensing layers. Okay, in sensing layers is like they consist of physical components like sensors and actuator. Example, that an alarm. Okay, let's say you have alarm at home. Okay, so there are triggers some movement. So that we come to the first layer. We call it sensing layer. And after that, after the sensing layer, they move to the network layer. In the network layer, the sensor and actuators are connected to the cloud, okay, and they're through via technology, and then they will give this to the connection using the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth or cellular network, and using the satellite network. Okay, let's say for this small thing that we have at home, we have the smartphone. So we have the alarm detect the movement. So it will send the signal to your phone by using this sensing layer and through the network. Okay, the next layer is the processing layer. This is a software on the cloud process that acquire database on the task so that carry out. For example, like security motion sensor, which is send data which is then processed and act on. Okay, let's say your alarm device has the software. So from that, it will detect the movement. So it will configure the movement, and then we send you email, or they will send you something message or memo that they have movement. Okay, where that you put the alarm. For example, that you put alarm at your house, and then the alarm detect a movement. Let's say you are not around at your home, you went out. Suddenly you trigger something. Suddenly you got a message from your phone. Okay, that send that you open your software, the alarm software, and then it detect, oh, there's a movement. Okay, so that means that something happened at your home. So that is under processing layer. It detect from the software. Okay, the next layer, the last layer is the application layer. The application layer is like the process information which made available to the end user through the user interface. Okay, example, the security system receive an email or text that an alarm has been triggered. So that's why these 4 layers are connected together within the IoT device. Next. Okay, and by 2023, about 70%, which is all automobiles, will be connected to the internet. Okay, as we know nowadays, most all the mobiles are connected to the internet. Okay, let's say for example, I can say like Mercedes or BMW, or we have Range Rover. Most of these current automobile are connected to the internet. So this is like one of the IoT device. They have built something in the mobiles to connect to the internet, which is for their own safety. Okay, this internet provide a network that allow people to communicate and work globally, and then it have the multiple device which is connected at the same time to facilitate smooth interaction without any human input, which is in future when your mobile has the internet of things device, there's no more using any human input. Let's say we have the example for Tesla car. Okay, Tesla car, you only sit at the driver's seat. Okay, you only sit in your car, and then they will drive it by yourself. Okay, let's say, okay, can you lead me to Kuala Lumpur? So that car will lead to the Kuala Lumpur using the device that they have in the installed in the car. Right? For example, like we have Tesla car. Okay. In order to achieve this, the IoT system have some with the basic physical component. So the basic component of physical IoT is okay. So this is a basic component for physical component in IoT system. So we have here device, and then we have a wireless and network. And then, okay, inside the device, okay, they have the processor, they have the sensor, they have the actuators, and they have a memory. So, okay, for example, just now it's an alarm. Okay, so the alarm is on the device. So it's had the processor and they have the sensor. So they sense something, they trigger something, they trigger the movement. So this send it to this network. So this is like the processing layer. They send the wireless, and then from there they go through your phone using some of the software. So this is the component that have in IoT system. So most of this will be connected together and for the IoT system. Next. Okay, here are few examples that you may know or we may not know for Internet of Things. Okay, firstly, definitely nowadays, as we are in year 2022, which is everything online, all within the internet. Might as well we are also using the online teaching with the pandemic. So nowadays we are all using Internet of Things. So the most nearest example or the close example that I can have it here, like smart home at your home. Example like your light home, you have the light, and then you have the alarm. So light can sensor it. Let's say, okay, close the light like this, so the light will close. Example, alarm system. So it's like the smart home will trigger everything. Okay, from my previous video, it showed that's example for the smart home. And then we have the Tesla autopilots. We have the smart office, robots, smart traffic lights, and might also e-health. So there are more industry that use Internet of Things because now we are moving to the new technology. We are living with the technology. So we need, without internet, we can't, I think, as my student said, I can't live without internet. I can't live without Wi-Fi. So we need internet. Okay, so I can show the example for the home of automation here. Next. Okay, so this example for the smart home. Okay, as you can see here, they have the smart air conditioner. So they have a remote, so they can sense it. They have lighting control system. They have energy, appliance control, smart thermostat, bathroom appliance, garage door, smart door, security system. So all this will be in your home. So that we call it smart home with this IoT system. Okay, now we are moving to year 2022. I think most of our home have implemented this. Okay, so I would like to show the Tesla car. Okay, next. Okay, how the Tesla car work? Okay, this is Tesla autopilot. All right, they are using autopilot. Okay, you do not need to drive it. You just sit in the car, and the car will move it by yourself. That we call it Internet of Things, or that we call it Tesla autopilot. So how it works? Okay, it's like a combination of radar, cameras, ultrasonic sensors, and GPS. So all this will be installed in this Tesla car, right? And then combination of feature added to the onboard computer system, which will build detailed map of surrounding. So let's say, you just say, okay, today I would like to go to Kuala Lumpur. So could you drive me? So it will detect your voice. Okay, so when it detects your voice, it straight away drives to the Kuala Lumpur because it's already mapped in there. They have already installed the map in the car system. Okay, so it's allowed the car to anticipate possible collision and alert the driver. It also can detect road marking, sign, and traffic light. Okay, for example, you would like to use, nowadays we have a Waze or we have a Google Map. So you just type it, or sometimes, okay, could you search for me Jakarta, example. So they will route it to you. They will give you the routes. All right, okay, next. Okay, so one of the IoT as well, we can implement in office. So they will call it smart office. As nowadays, most of the office have implement or have installed lighting and temperature, which is they can control it by themselves, light and temperature, by using a phone or by using any device. Okay, and they have the smart desk, personalized environment, and also they have the office security. So all this together have made we as a smart office or smart home or autopilot car or e-health. Okay, e-health as well. For example, in health industry, they use IoT. Let's say they put a pacemaker in the heart. They doing the transplants in for the heart transplant. They put a pacemaker. That pacemaker is like embedded system. However, when you want to detect something sensitive from your heart, you need the internet. Okay, then they put something connected to your phone, connected to the internet. Let's say the Bluetooth or sensor. So from there you can, oh, I can know today my heart beats the range this. So I have to slow it down. So I have to do something to make it fit. So in the health industry, and some of that they have the pill, which that pill they use they consume the pill that they can collect the data on about their diet. And I did mention they use the Apple Watch. Okay, the Apple Watch, they can detect from your sense of how about your rate, your movement. So when you use this Apple Watch, okay, it can detect. Okay, how many calories I have. Let's say you jog, okay, how many calories I burn. So all it detects. So all of this are using Internet of Things. So I think nowadays we are living through the technology, and then we live with the Internet of Things. All right. So before I end, there are real situation that I would like to show you, which is like a voice recognition that use Internet of Things. Okay, voice recognition or this one of the Internet of Things example. All right, let me show you first. Okay. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Could you call me Zaza with loudspeaker?
Calling Zaza on speaker.
Okay, when you call someone, it's loudspeaker.
Hello.
All right. Hi, babe. Where are you?
I can see you.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Okay. This example, let's say when you are driving. So definitely when you're driving for your security purpose or for your safety, how come you use the phone? So you can use this series, or sometimes you have Alexa at home. So let's say Alexa, could you play me a BTS song? Okay, use my daughter at home use Alexa. They have Alexa, so they always, Alexa, can you play BTS song? So that device we play BTS song. So that is the beautiful of Internet of Things. So I think all related together, artificial intelligence, and then we have the UI, UX. All these are related to together. So that's it for me today for my presentation. Okay. Thank you so much. And I do really hope that we will have more Sari session with UPNVJ. Thank you so much. That's it for me.
Okay, thank you, Doctor, for the session of the Internet of Things. Okay, so any questions from the audience regarding Internet of Things? You can ask Dr. Nur Elisa. Okay, so so it's good. It's a good what we call effort. Okay, made by the technology is used the sensoring and so on in order to embed into our smartphones, into our smart cities, and into our home, okay, devices. So it is very, very helpful in order to ease our daily life chores and so on. Okay, so from your opinion, Doctor, okay, what is the best application so far in order to implement or construct or develop the IoT application?
All right. Thank you, our moderator. Okay. Well, in my opinion, which is as we know that application. Okay, as I know, I'm using iPhone. Okay, iPhone, right? Apples. Okay, Apples. Some of the lovers, they are more to Android. Okay, as for me, I am Apple's lover. Okay, I will use almost of the Apple's application. Okay, just now I use Series. Okay, sometimes a series really helpful to me. Okay, and we have also Alexa, Google's. Okay, Echo Dot. So that are most as for me, that's like the application that user friendly that we can use. Okay, as like I give the example before, when I'm driving. Okay, let's say I would like to call someone, I just say, "Hey Siri, could you call me?" So that is like, as for me, that's an iPhone. They use the good application for the Internet of Things.
Okay, doctor. So far, it is good. Okay, when we embed all the application into our phone and into our devices. So, okay. One more from there are one question from the Zuriani Ahmad Zulkarnain. Okay, what is the function of an actuator in IoT?
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Zurani. All right. The function of actuator in IoT, which is actuator, is built in the device of IoT. Okay, as mentioned before, this is like one of physical in IoT. Okay, it's together with the uh, sensors, so it connect sensor and actuator, and they give the signal. So that's actuator connect with the sensoring in the IoT device. All right, I think which
Okay,
is
and
that
yes.
cause a machine. This is in IoT device. Actuator is in IoT device.
Yeah. So the IoT needs a device that have the actuators and also the sensors that signal the data into the and received by the actuators. Okay, for the IoT applications and tools. So thank you so much, Dr. Nur Elisa Abdul Aziz. So I would like to welcome all members from the UPNVJ, Dr. Chayanto, Madam Ika Nurlaili, Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Ghazali Osman. Okay, so Madam Zaza, are you there? Okay, Mr. Faro, our MC. In order to take a memorable photo for our fruitful discussion for international sharing session for today. Okay, so I would like to use this snipping tool in order to take our photo. Are you there, Madam Zaza? Okay, so wait for a second. Okay, it's ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. Okay, another one. Okay, Madam Zaza, thank you for coming. Okay,
Freestyle.
freestyle. Okay, thank 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, for those of all participants, okay, I'll give you right now the what we call attendance. Okay, I want you all of you to fill up this Google form And at the end, but you need to remember, anda semua kena memberikan email yang sebenar. Okay, kena ingat email yang sebenar in order to get the certification. Okay, in order to get the certificate of participation from the Google, because it is auto generate. Okay, so sesiapa penonton ataupun dosen ataupun staff UiTM ataupun student pelajar maupun orang awam yang menonton kita punya international sharing session today, so pergi ke chat dan klik pada link yang saya telah berikan, okay, untuk mengisi borang feedback form towards our content, our speakers and so on. So hopefully this is the start, ataupun saya berharap agar international sharing session ini merupakan batu loncatan untuk kita mulakan hubungan antara dua universitas, antara Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta dan juga Universitas Teknologi Mara Cawangan Kelantan, untuk membuat lebih banyak lagi aktiviti-aktiviti akademik seperti inbound dan outbound, collaborative teaching. Kita boleh buat research bersama-sama, kita boleh buat academic visit dan sebagainya. So I hope this particular initiative is not ends for today, but it will grow and dia akan terus berkembang untuk menjalinkan usaha sama ini sampai bila-bila. So kita akan buat knowledge transfer, okay, daripada Universitas Teknologi Mara Cawangan Kelantan dan juga FIK, Faculty of Computer Science from Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Jakarta. Okay. Dari itu saya sebagai moderator pada hari ini mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada dosen-dosen, doktor-doktor, seluruh warga pelajar dan panitia-panitia daripada Indonesia, especially UPNVJ, kerana sudi membuat hubungan yang baik dengan Universitas Teknologi Mara Cawangan Kelantan untuk aktiviti yang pertama ni, iaitu International Sharing Session Series between UPNVJ dan juga Universitas Teknologi Mara Cawangan Kelantan. Okay, saya akhiri dengan dua buah pantun. Terasa sakit tercucuk peniti, hendak menjahit sejambak sanggul. Program International Sharing Session penyemarak kualiti menjadikan UPNVJ dan UiTM Cawangan Kelantan universiti yang unggul. Daun durian, daun selasih, eat bread with butter, together we make UPNVJ and UiTM Kelantan better. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. All the best to all of you and have a nice day.